So.
Yeah, let's do some
Oh.
media posting.
Well, we just it always have a little bit warm up. So if we actually like aim to start the session at 0:00, so just give it a moment, and that's when I'll send the link out to the Discord. So we're just waiting for people to filter in, chat with chat.
Okay.
Last moment to go grab a snack. I'm gonna go grab a big ass mug of tea to keep me going. If you go over there, be right back.
Guys, you like my Korra band background?
Yo, Sian! Did you like the first session from the 2 days ago?
It was very fun. Actually, that's a good point. I should probably go and grab some tea as well. Hold on, I'll be back.
Okay. Let me go grab something as well. Be right back.
Taffy, if you would disable the point redemptions for the different sessions.
Oh shit! Yeah, I gotta knock all that bollocks off.
Yes, you said they redeems off. Before I redeem more points.
I can't knock that off. I don't think I can knock that one off without stopping it. I'll see if I can pause it.
No, the contribution ones, I think they're ongoing.
Yeah, I think so too.
You can turn off all the others. That's what happened last week.
We'll just have a highlight message. Is it worth having a highlight? That's probably not, because it's not a audience participation game. Party's level 9 already with that. I massively I suppose it's because we got more like consistent viewers than I calculated it for. So just again, like as a follower, you get around about 220 points an hour, and the game runs for 3 hours. But also, I haven't taken this into consideration as well, so it's effectively 6 hours a week.
I don't know what changed, but your voice sounds like
It's just
you're in the
further.
bathroom.
It's just the mic is further away. That's all.
Gotcha. Yep. Oh, good. Funny how I think it's Vieta's camera picture. Now that he's not here, it looks like the Pringles can is the player. Just
Yes.
perfectly centered down there.
That is essentially his trademark now.
Pringles Can is the best player on the team.
Ah, yes.
Copy that. Got it straight away. Look at that. See, how good am I? Here's your boy. How long did that take me?
Yeah.
How long did that take me? that took me what, about 50 seconds?
Yeah. Also, Taffy, instead of opening the link, I suggest on stream right-click and open image, because you never know what other kind of images will pop up. Accidentally clicking a Google image and turns out it's a DeviantArt link or something.
Or it might have been nudie from the bottom down or something.
Yeah. It's a possibility.
You got a point, yeah. Point taken. Alright. I'm just here the kettle boil. I'm going to make my big ass tea. And hopefully Ian will be back.
Hello. I'm back.
Welcome back.
How's it going, guys?
It's going fine. How are you, weird sir?
You are one loud Pringles can. Let me take your volume down in Discord.
Don't worry, yeah.
Alright.
Is my volume like good or low or high? Anything? Like, is my volume like audible or it
So
needs?
how is everybody?
About a 7.
Okay.
Why about those 7?
As you can see, I have got the lead.
Tea's good. Okay. So if we copy
Alright.
the link.
Hello, I'm back.
Hello.
Hi back, I'm dead. Sorry, I couldn't help it.
Oh, well.
It's the law. I have to.
Don't worry, it
you mean
happens to
you
the
mean
best of
father,
us.
right? No, I mean dad commits Sudoku.
Oh god, no, Star Wars What If? I just saw that. Oh god, no, Star Wars What
Oh,
If?
echo.
I just saw that.
Oh, but the echoes. Okay, the echoes.
I've turned off the camera on OBS, Ninja. Like not the camera, the microphone.
No. The echoes because I just popped the stream open and I didn't have the window muted.
That'll do it.
Got myself a cup of tea and
Tablet. Let's go. Cool. There you go. That's the link up. That's it. It is 1 minute to. Everybody's back from the quick snack grabs. Last minute. Oh shit! I forgot to grab, and they've come back from that that rectification mission. So,
I'm gonna start posting the stream link on place.
just okay. You go and do all of that noise.
And
yes.
I'm gonna put the Obi-Wan Jesus with it because that's fun.
Obi-Wan Jesus.
Kenobi.
Kenobi. No. Oh god damn it! I had a potch tonight. I just had to potch. Yeah, it was Kian's slightly out of frame, so I'm just making adjustments here. Oh, there's that.
hold on. I got this. Got this. It's fine.
There we go. Get that handsome face on the stream.
Okay.
You're all
free
looking
group
beautiful.
chat. Okay, shared it on 3 group chats to Discord servers, tweeted it out. Should be good.
Yeah.
All right, there we go. Let's go now to all things. You still got access to the TTA Twitter, right?
I theoretically yes. Technically, I don't have the password written up. So.
Okay.
Theoretically, if we bypass all known laws of Twitter, we should be fine.
You should be able to access it through your own or something. I don't know. You're able to sort of switch between it. You should be able. You should be able to switch between it using your username. I think if I recall correctly, when I added you as an administration, I had to add your Twitter account. So you should be a case of just switching how you interact with Twitter. Should be.
This is why I wasn't having it, because I've changed browsers from Chrome to Opera since. But let me just boot up Chrome again and let's see.
Yeah, you may want to get that over to the Opera as well. Because when that gets a bit of traction, obviously, you know, you I don't know if you still want to, but I know you wanted to manage that, which I'm all right with. But yeah, if it's anything, because I know that's how Facebook works. So if you're an admin on a page, you can actually switch out to speak as that page. So it's not like a different login. You just have the ability to interact as that page.
I don't think we managed to make that work like that. We managed to make it work with TweetDecker, or what's it called, but that interface looks very unintuitive and hard to manage and read and everything. So that's why it whittled down. Because I was looking at the TweetDecker page and like I can't even see this through. What the fuck is here? So yeah.
The agency, don't leave too big of a footprint.
Yeah, you just saw that?
Yeah. Footprints has been leavings.
Like, first time that we were here, we fucking basically set up all red alarms to who we were, got our names on record, and
Can
and
anyone
enrolled in
bring me up
academy.
to speed as to what happened when I was not there?
Well, let's do the catch up now then, because this there's plenty of time to fill in. So, to whoever's sort of in chat is interested in the hell is this agency? Rule of two must fail. What's happening? Well, so this is the prologue campaign for Westmarch that is going to be running on the Tabletop Arcade. If you don't know what the Tabletop Arcade is, if you're absolutely new here, first of all, hello, hi. Secondly, so we're a community, right? So Twitch is kind of our second platform, primarily on Discord. There's about 1,000 of us. There's 60 odd GMs, probably more at this point. And we run just heaps of games and play tabletop. Most of the time it's tabletop stuff. We do play other things as well. And if you want to know what the hell a Westmarch is, if you think of a campaign as something like the Fellowship of the Ring, a Westmarch is more like Game of Thrones, where there's heaps of stories and heaps of stories independently happening all within the same world. So effectively, it's kind of like a MMO formatted campaign where you'd have multiple GMs, multiple game masters, all running games within the same sort of cosmology / universe / country / however big the game is. A little bit more sandboxing, and yeah, Westmarch is a tabletop mass multiplayer online RPG. Yeah. So a prologue campaign is kind of where we just test out a couple of the mechanics. We run almost like a Vanguard campaign, which we just run as a normal campaign, right? Where we get to test out, a few of the sort of the world's mechanics and see how it's all going to fit together before we start expanding into more and more games. It's when you walk up to a cowboy, a Westmarch.
Come on.
I love it. Keep the dad jokes coming. I loved my dad jokes. The point of a dad joke is not to make people laugh; it's to piss people off. That's why I like.
Yeah.
Yes, that is the sign of a good dad joke.
In some cases.
And a really good dad joke is one that makes you want to find the other person's house address and then smother them with a pillow in their sleep.
No, or you can Or you can pay somebody to put a pipe bomb in their mailbox.
No, it's simply
Jesus Christ, can you not talk of such things on fucking Twitch? It's just ours RP Twitch. Please don't cancel Tabletop Arcade. I can't be fucked making another login and get that to affiliate as well. Jesus. So anyway, so the premise of this Westmarch, I want to do this as a community Westmarch. The point is that it's an open door Westmarch, a heap of people can join in. And one of the things I want to do for these, I want to have one per system, but I want to make it so like everybody can explore any sort of part of that lore that, hello there, General Kenobi. That's my best impersonation of General Grievous.
Every single
I think it's
time
not bad. It's recognizable. It's best. So yeah, the idea is to, so we can explore it. So how the hell are we going to do this with Star Wars? Since like it's easy enough doing it with 5e, which I've done with The Lost in Limbo, because everything's happening more or less roughly at the same time, and it's more expansion as far as different realms, within the same multiverse. However, when it comes to Star Wars, it's more expanded through time. It's about 40,000 years. So the solution is time travel, obviously, right? So what we've got here is a band of merry people that have been thrown together, or pulled together, rather, by some mysterious figure. Brought them to a strange white room with some strange sort of force energy, with some strange some kind of force alchemical machine, which is able to send them back in time. They've been presented with a task, and the task is to make the rule of two not happen. So, for those of you who don't know, I'll let you know what the party was informed and what most people outside of the Bane books know, which is Darth Bane started the rule of two about 1,000 years ago before the Battle of Yavin. It started with the thought bomb. Well, it started a few events led up to it, but the one event they know is the thought bomb, which eradicated the existing Sith at the time, which for the longest time was believed wiped all of the Sith out, but in fact one lived. That happened to be Darth Bane. He started the rule of two, they slipped into the shadows, and then 1,000 years later, Palpatine happened. So their task is to stop the rule of two from occurring. All they know is the Battle of Yavin. The Battle of Yavin. All they know is that was the Battle of Ruson, ended with the thought bomb, of which Darth Bane had survived and started the rule of two. They know that he trained in Korriban Sith Academy. That's where the party currently are now. 5 years before the thought bomb, only no one's heard of Bane.
So we obviously came a little bit too early, guys.
5 years is too early, unbelievably. Yeah. Well, you knew Bane was extraordinary, so apparently he got through Korriban pretty quickly. However, they do know that a lot of the apprentices were graduated early. They were pushed through early in order to bolster the numbers at Ruson, where both the Jedi go under the banner of the Army of Light, and the Sith under the banner of the Brotherhood of Darkness, more or less, culminated their forces together to just, well, they absolutely annihilated that planet is what they did. That's with the Ruson Reformation, that's where years after the Ruson Reformation in the High Republic. That's how that started, because they more or less had to re-terraform the fucking planet, because it was decimated with the amount of force energy that was, headbutting itself there. So, last off, they went back to Korriban. They managed to get themselves inducted into the Korriban Sith Academy, because they're all hyper-force sensitive. Aside from Esther, because Esther is the only one that doesn't have any obvious force sensitivity, but the little bunny friend has been sort of passing themselves off as a slave, since the Sith are not really against such things.
Because they're the opposite of the Jedi, which is like all about order and like keeping things like that. But don't think about it too much.
Yeah. It's don't think of it as in good and evil too much either.
Yeah.
Because it really doesn't work like that. But Zorost didn't actually make it back with you, did he? Only the four of you were there.
Where the hell did Zorost go off to during that time? Like, what was the canon thing that happened there?
I'm about to do that right now.
Where
So-
in the world is Zorost? God.
Anarchists versus hippies that don't mind drawing a weapon. Too long, didn't read. not a million mile off. Super totalitarian, orderly, very very hippie sort of monk order. That's the one group, and then you've got the sort of like the anarchist, freedom, might is right, survival of the fittest. It's basically chaos and harmony. That's the difference.
Pacifistic hypocrite.
Yeah. Milk first versus cereal first.
Do you want to see Twitch chat burn?
That's it.
Just throwing a little spark on the Kindle. Let's just see how volatile chat is with that one. Spoon first, gang. Spoon goes in first.
Spoon goes first.
Bowl first, duh. Yeah, well, of course he
Table
is bowl
first.
first.
Table first.
Let's go first,
Thank you,
guys.
thank you.
Yeah, bowl first, man. So yeah, Zorost, you're still there. So the other group was sort of sent back, and he said, let's observe first. So as you stand next to this machine, the image you see almost like a murky image. It's unclear at first, but then it starts to focus, and you can track the movements of the party as they sort of, half bullshit, half bullshit, half persuasion, sort of somewhere in between. A lot of double speak and half truths to get themselves into the Korriban Academy. And you see them there. And the following day, after they bunks, they rock up and oh god, I need to get all the names open because I'm not going to remember these off the top of my head. Good lord, no.
Just call them like B students, A students, and then the important ones, Sibrak.
No, the important ones. Yeah, the important ones are. Yeah, that's what I need the names for. So we have
Iraq, Boa,
Kazim.
Loki.
That's it, Kazim.
Yeah. Oh, those, yeah.
Yeah, Kazim. So
And the other was Office.
yeah, so Kazim, you met the headmaster, Cordis. Very creepy, gaunt, exceptionally tall human with almost like claw-like nails. Looks like a lich. You met that chap. He was quite scary, isn't it? Because he tried getting into your minds and finding out why you were really there, but did not succeed. You managed to get past with sort of half truths. And in the morning, then you met up with Kazim. That was teaching you all about lightsaber combat, or rather, seeing where you guys were currently, skill wise. For you, had a bit of a wake up call. As far as where you thought your skill level was. Maybe a few of you thought you were masters of this stuff, and you realized that you're more or less at a student level when it came to the 1,000-Year War, the Sith Jedi War. Very war-y time, especially towards the back end. Yeah, it's Jedi and Sith were a bit tougher back then. They had to be.
Back in my day, us Sith had to go and fight like 24 hours a day.
Yeah, well,
After
the Sith
3 years of academy training, you're sent to die. in the
Well,
front
as
lines.
I
as
should be
Magnus,
the one to say that,
Hey.
essentially, since I'm from the oldest era.
well, as Magnus
When
put
I
it-
was your age, I had
Back
to go
in my
through 3
day.
Jedis to get to school.
We
In
worked
my
at
day.
the academy 26 hours a day, 400 days a year, and we had to pay the academy for the privilege to work there.
Back
Back
in my day.
fucking
We
snowing.
had to
Back-
walk uphill both ways, there and back. And then our father would kill us in cold blood every night and dance in our graves singing hallelujah, hallelujah. But you tell kids that nowadays and they won't believe you.
Back in my day, we had to sign the Treaty of Coruscant every day before studying in our classes.
Every day we had to destroy a Death Star or another galactic space fleet before we had to go to school.
The Jedi and Sith were kicking the shit out of each other for 1,000 years up until this point. As Darth Magnus had put it, right, that he saw the Republic as like a whetstone for which the Sith to grind themselves against, to keep them sharp. Without war, they'll get weak. But the same thing would happen with the Jedi. If war makes the Sith strong, which seemed to have been true, then in order, for the war to have lasted 1,000 years, then obviously so are the Jedi getting sharper. So yeah, towards the back end.
An eternal game of that one South Park clip, like, I didn't hear no bell. It's just that, except both sides constantly, forever.
Yeah, so you're stood there with our boy, the Talid, Drangoma, and as he sort of stood peering into the machine as well, with his hands behind his back, he speaks without looking at you. I am concerned. Back in the room with memes aside, back in the room with Zorost and Drangoma.
My connection is still there with all the others, right? After they've gone back in time.
No, you're still there with Drangoma. You've been peering into the machine. Your character saw last session, canonically. You're still there. You're still in the room.
No, I meant my connection with them, since there's supposed to be a force connection, so that we can.
No. The force connection will not. The tether, they'll connect you all together. Won't be inactive until you get sent back by the machine as well.
Okay, so if I were to explain this, why Zoros has not gone yet, essentially Zoros had been like you will see.
Drangoma hasn't sent you yet. That's why you're not there yet.
Yeah, but to explain why he did not go with them, like as a group, is essentially Drangoma will see Zoros like close his eyes and like meditate for a bit standing. Then he'll open his eyes and say, "I'm ready."
Make sure they don't forget while they're there. Make as little of a footprint as possible.
Yeah, don't worry. I'll make sure of that.
May the force go with you. And flash a white light, and you find yourself also in a empty hangar, and you can hear the hustling and bustling of some aircraft outside. The hangar looks familiar to you. It's the hangar that the party arrived. Just near the port of the Korriban Academy.
Yeah, so essentially what do I see other than that?
I think it's an empty hangar. It just looks not necessarily, it's not in disuse, it's just not being used now. So it's just, convenient place to drop you off without anybody seeing you miraculously appearing.
Is there any exit places in the hangar?
Oh yeah. Hangar doors open.
Yeah. I'm going to exit the hangar since there's nothing there.
Okay. At the moment, you don't see any of the Sith Lords about. It's nobody necessarily to do with the Academy. It just looks like there's supply runs at the moment.
Is there any person I can see right now after I exited at the hangar?
No one of consequence, at least as far as you're able to discern. It's just traders and couriers.
I'll just use my connection tether to speak. Like, where are you guys?
You indeed hear him. You guys can actually speak freely regardless of where you are in time and space.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that neat part.
Mm-hmm. This will allow you to sort of separate the party across time to do your investigations whilst, keeping track of what's meta, what's meta knowledge and what's knowledge. So that way it's just easier to say, fuck it, you're all able to speak.
Because otherwise we'd...
Yeah, it'd just be a pain in the ass
you-
to track information. Does my character know this? I can't remember.
It's just like, and like in between sending messages, just like, all right, gotta write this in like non-erasable ink or something else, like on the floor. Wait for him to go 5 years in the future so he can see this message. Come back.
Yeah.
Oh wait, yeah, I forgot he can't go back. So how does he send us information in the first place?
Yeah, there could be some. We could do some cool mechanics like that, but I think now, at least for the first run, let's just have it with let's just play the tether. We could experiment with things like that, like limited means of sending messages back. And our messages can be like after it's the stone, because I think especially if we have something that's going to span like a couple of 100 years, it'd be really cool for you guys to see this like old, like worn writing chiseled into the wall. Like, how long's that been? It's been there for years, as long as this building's been here. Like, it's like at least as long as I've been here, and it's a message to you directly that pertains to right now in this moment. Could be kind of
So
cool.
yeah, Marlo's gonna immediately reply, where are you? We've been working for days now and we haven't seen your Sorcerer anywhere.
You've been there like an evening and a morning.
I don't care, I'm lying.
Roll that deception.
I just appeared in the hangar. Could you just provide me directions to where you are?
The big fucking
it-
massive pyramid.
Yeah, that's exactly Marlo's words.
You see the huge pyramid, and you see the huge pyramid. Which direction? Just turn around, you'll see it. Oh right, yeah, that huge thing. Yeah, we're there. Just walk towards that.
Yes, so I'll go to the pyramid.
Okay. You are indeed able to sort of leave the airport. You get so far until you get to a. How far would you be able to get in? Would there be gates of this? Would they bother with gates? Probably not. But there would be security about. Let's see how far you get. Give me a D100. Give me 1 second. I gotta close my curtains because the sun is smashing me in the eyes. I'm covering my bottom screen so I can't even read what he's just rolled.
I have to adjust with this like headphone mic right now, but I can assure in like Christmas I'm going to getting a dedicated mic. Just waiting for it. I'm gonna get like a $60 dedicated mic in Christmas.
You local Stella for your bountiful light. I'd rather not have it in my iris. Okay. All on my screen. 81. All right, yeah, you would have got all the way to the front door, I should imagine, before security caught up with you. So you probably would meet one of the Sith Lords. Be interesting. Let's see. With an 81, not going to have anybody that's going to be of any particular consequence. Yeah, you meet you see a you see a red Twi'lek, built like a brick shithouse, biggest Twi'lek you've ever seen in your life. He has clipped to his belt a double-bladed lightsaber, saber staff. He's wearing black robes, and he looks at you. At first, he sort of looks at you as respectfully, and suddenly, just his eyes, his brow frowns. Who are you? I don't recognize you.
Well, I am a Sith who goes by the name of Zoroast.
That's not actually a lie, is it?
No. But the fact is, I died like 1500 years ago, so
You're the
So
oldest
for
one out
500
here.
years, 500 years ago, wasn't it? So
Yeah.
this is for you. This is 500 years in the future.
yeah.
Technology has advanced so much.
You certainly look the part, and you would certainly have the aura of a Sith Lord around you. Okay. He goes, "Oh, of course. My apologies." What? Oh, we'll do accent. What was I doing? I was going slightly Russian with him, wasn't I? I'm going to try and push this Eastern European and try to keep the Twi'leks Eastern European for consistency reasons.
Could just give everyone a different accent.
Yeah,
if you
and
wanted
they'll
to.
have like several different accents each time. Maybe I should go Scottish for my Twi'leks.
Oh,
Chat.
Do it. Do it.
Should I go Scottish for my Twi'leks?
Of course.
oh boy.
Or should I just keep trying to keep them Eastern European?
Eastern European can be a different one, but this is right now. Say go
Eastern
with the
European
Scottish one.
Russian, kind of like that's how bad it is. It's just in that some part of the continent. We got nothing from chat. I'm gonna stick with the Eastern European. I'll use the Scottish for something else.
Okay.
Not quite sure what, but I'll use it for something else.
Use it for something of importance. You have to.
Well, Twi'leks, there's two Twi'leks in this, or two Twi'leks of consequence. Kazim's one, Khopesh is the other. If you've ever, when you do finally read the first book of Bane, is a bit like Khopesh, the third battle of Ruson is just, like, it's the most badass piece of literature I have ever listened to in my life. And that's including Lockdown with Darth Maul. My apologies. I wasn't expecting another Sith Lord. What are you doing here? Maybe I might be able to help. Direct you. Trying to figure it. Seriously, he's like trying to piece together. He's like, okay, Sith Lord, wasn't expecting another Lord. I never had any correspondence.
Nothing of some reason like that. Was just I like to meditate, and when I meditate, it gives me some visions, and those visions instructed me to come here to fulfill any destiny.
Been pushed down to the gutters immediately.
I don't know how the fuck would Kazim react to this. He's not going to react with fear because he's like, yes, fight battle. He's, he is like a million-man job and he's fully aware of that. He's like, could you elaborate on... I'm going Scottish, fuck it. That's it. Twi'leks are now Scottish. Could you elaborate on this?
This is the way.
It is the way. Especially the fact that both Twi'leks in this are massive. Like, really big Twi'leks. So fuck it. That's it now. They're Scottish. Could you elaborate on this vision?
It fits so well.
Visions are not exactly that clear that I would get a perfect glimpse into the future. It just gives me some premonition, some feelings. And I had a feeling that something big is going to happen here. So I just came here to see what that was.
Right.
Is there any problem with that?
Well, somewhat. You see, as you're probably aware, we're currently at war with the Jedi. So, do you imagine that security is on a little bit of a high alert? Looking for spies?
Oh, then you question my integrity. I expect that, of course, since this is a time of high war, but I can assure you I am a Sith, nothing else.
Give me a wisdom save.
Oh, no.
This is going to be interesting.
Never a good sign. Oh my god.
Wow. Yeah, you feel him reach out with the force as he surveys you. His eyes narrow and he goes, well, you certainly are a Sith, but you're not telling me everything. Why are you here?
Is it necessary for me to reveal each and every of my intentions here? Essentially, if they're not as like detrimental to the cause of war or to the security of this place.
You're saying that your intentions here are not to the detriment of the Sith, the Sith war effort.
No. To be
I mean,
honest,
with a 0 in wisdom, he already knew the answer to that question before you even answered it. The moment you started formulating, he's like, well, just know that I'll be keeping my eye on you. And he heads inside.
have a good day, sir.
Can you imagine enough to fucking tell me what kind of day I'm gonna have?
I'm going to have a bad day on purpose, and you're going to like it.
although I don't expect Sith to say good day to their counterparts.
What a fucking weird thing for a Sith to say.
I'm already got a 0 on a wisdom, so I might as well say that.
I want to see a Sith who's like all like sunshine, like lollipops, like
This is me
all the
because
time.
my character is a Sith who is trying to induct like Jedi values inside him.
The polar opposite of Marlowe. Passion-filled,
God.
emotion-driven Jedi.
Oh god. Okay.
So we basically have a an Anakin and a Darth Scourge. If you want inspiration for that, Fractal, read Darth Revan.
Okay.
It doesn't tell the whole story, and it doesn't even like fully sort of conclude. It's got. I'll let you know now. Don't expect like an ending. Doesn't really have one. It sort of concludes, but it kind of concludes leaving everything open, and then never really continues in novel. It continues only in the MMO, which is really frustrating. But yeah, Darth Scorn in that could be some inspiration for your character.
Okay.
It's a pretty good audiobook as well. Okay, so that's me. The only character I had in this mix is already gone. My dog's left. What's happening now?
Well, I suppose that we should probably regroup and talk about what the fuck we're going to do now that we know that Bane isn't here.
Well,
What time of the day is this currently?
It's about midday now. You spent the morning trading as a food in the infirmary. You've kind of been left now to your own sort of studies.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going with. Marlowe is probably sparring with someone right now and just accidentally telecommunicates some of the sparring noises to everyone in the group.
We just hear, oh, my leg!
More like,
Marlowe,
oh, his leg.
what exactly are you doing right now?
well, it sounds like he's destroying people's legs.
Yes,
Could you
that
please
seems
direct
most
me?
likely.
Could you please guide me to where you are so that I may be with the group and not stand out?
I can tell you where Alexander is in the fucking infirmary.
Yeah.
So they're knocking off for like 2 hit points.
If you're
what
down
did he
in the
do?
main courtyard, give me a minute. I'll come down and fetch your bags and lead you to the rooms.
So as part of like effectively a short rest, you can roll hit dice, but since you're in infirmary, you can take them as maximum, as though you rolled maximum on each one.
That is if you've lost any hit points. That is. Okay.
What happened so to have Alexander at 2 HP?
He challenged like one of the A-rank student, like
Foha,
friends.
he fought Foha, and Foha underestimated him, so it didn't go
Yeah.
out. So I should imagine if he's still going to be out the next time that him and Foha are in, he's going to be like, right then. Like, yeah, I'm not making that mistake.
worry,
I'm
Alex,
not making that fucking mistake again.
This is what I get for trying to be nice.
Yeah. Actually,
Don't worry, Alexander. I'll avenge you for him. What the fuck? I'll avenge him. You.
Actually,
So you're
that was
saying
the
a beat
reason
up
that
Alexander?
You were the one who convinced Foha to not underestimate the opponent who he would otherwise first underestimate.
Guess Kato will go and find Esther to and make up some excuse or something like, oh, I need you to carry help carry my bags or a few things for me. Can you come up to my room or something like that?
It's master.
But while we're walking, we just hear Marlowe's sparring noises.
Question, Fractal, how the hell have you got 20 AC?
Oh my god!
Oh, actually, I thought the red one was AC, so yeah.
Okay, that's not right. I was wondering. Dear
What
God.
should the armor class be? What are you? Path Sentinel. So a light physical shield. Are you actually using that? Are you using 2 weapons?
I think the light physical still doesn't require to be held. It's only medium or above.
Is it adding to the AC automatically though?
No, because
Yeah.
the AC is not automatically calculated on this.
It's not like inserted from the compendium as the.
Oh, it's terrible. What's fiber armor? I don't know. Work out your AC and update that when you get a chance. I'm gonna fire for that now.
I think I calculated it came out to 18 because fiber armor is essentially like the better light armor, and light physical shield is like a +2, but it doesn't need to be held. You need to be holding a fist shield only medium and above.
How you got fiber armor? Have you got what effectively a studded leather armor then?
Yeah, 12 plus dex. Just look this up.
Yeah, I get that, but how is he? They give that as a sentinel?
Nope, I took the. Where is it? I took the ideal of the tranquil, which gives me. Sorry, not that. The hell is it?
Your light combat. You'd start with a light combat suit. Yeah, your subclass is not going to give you equipment. So you
Yeah, I spent money to get the fiber armor.
Gotcha. So you did a little jiggery pokery with your equipment. No worries.
Yeah.
So it'd be 17.
I got
then,
18
wouldn't it? If you got 18 dex, then it would be 15 AC.
So 12 plus 4, 16.
So you're 18,
Plus 2,
16.
18. So, and a light physical shield, +2.
Light physical shield is not a +2. Medium shield's a +2. Light physical shield is a +1.
So are you not dual wielding weapons?
So you're
Yeah,
if you do wielding, then you're not going to be using the shield. So 16 is your AC.
let me just see because
17
I thought I had
AC
calculated
naked.
correctly.
Asher, you're like half our size. Like, come on, of course it's gonna be a lot harder to hit you.
Okay, so the hell are you guys doing then?
Well, I'm trying to get everyone together. Alexander is still in the. No, I only know where Escher is right now.
He's
Marlo
not,
is
not going to be in there too long.
I mean,
they got back.
this is the thing. We
they got-
don't necessarily need to have like an in-person meeting where we speak aloud.
Oh,
just to
yeah.
give things away. We might as well use the flag uplink for all communications and just live our lives as independent individuals.
Oh, that's pretty
Yeah,
cool then.
just that.
Do
Uh,
do
well, in
people
that case,
around
we-
us notice if we communicate like that?
Mm-mm.
Okay, that's psychic completely. Got it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's beyond that. It's
I
like
was more
they wouldn't even detect it if they, were a master of foresight.
So yeah,
Okay, I was
I'll
wondering
happily go down
as
and
well,
physically
yeah.
meet the new arrival and bring them to their room, but I don't think it's necessary for us to like all
No, it's yeah.
meet up in a
If I
single
know that's
space
the
and
case, then
talk
yeah.
face to face and
Yeah.
potentially have someone listen in on us.
Yeah,
No,
so you are right. Like it is I got the wording a little bit different. It says that even though it is affixed to the forearm, but you do not gain the benefit if the hand is full.
Okay,
all right.
so 17 then.
That was my main. Main concern about the about like the psychic talking. I was worried that like if somebody who's like really fucking strong
No.
came
There's,
along
there's,
and then
there's,
listened in.
there's absolutely no way. The
Okay.
machine is way too advanced for that.
I
Okay,
have
good.
had
In that
a
case, yeah.
cunning plan.
And what is the? Oh yeah, if that's the case, then Kato's going to be going down to the library and studying there.
Yes. Theoretically, if we work out who Bane is, if we frame him as a Jedi agent, all the Sith here will just dogpile him.
That's a good one.
That really? Well, that would be really funny.
Everyone's already so paranoid about a Jedi incursion. We just need to find out who Bane is and make everyone believe he's a Jedi.
Frame him.
Okay,
Well,
follow-up question: how would we do that without ourselves looking like spies?
Yeah.
Well, it's very simple. We all act as the Sithiest Siths who's ever Sithed, and we just like find a load of Jedi paraphernalia and dump it in his room.
Where are we going to find that on Coruscant?
I'm sure some of you idiots brought something obvious with you.
Why?
Would I? Oh, that wouldn't do anything. Never mind. So,
The Jedi thing we have is Marlowe's lightsaber, and even then, that's not even Jedi. That's just a random color lightsaber.
Yeah.
It's yellow. It's a Sentinel saber.
And like even if I brought stuff from the Republic, that's a different logo, so it wouldn't say anything for them.
I've still not met with you
Well-
guys, so please.
Just like
Tell
some
me so
fake,
that I can come
fake
here.
orders to gather information and leave it at a dead drop somewhere.
But what we could do is we could have, if we need to do this, we could have it frame as us sending Escher along to. Wait, that's fuck yeah. We'd have to send at least two people along.
The first stage is always recon.
Yeah.
The first
Okay.
stage is always recon. At the moment, you don't know anything new. The only thing you know new is that Bane had not been discovered by the Sith 5 years prior to the thought bomb.
Did the entity tell us what was Bane's name before Darth Bane?
They do not know. They do not know who he was or where he was born, where he grew up. They don't know anything about him.
Other than that, I think at this point we maybe want to send one or two people
Yeah.
forward to the battle and try and actually get a sighting on Bane, and then we can send information back to the people still at the academy and say this is who it is or who you're looking for to arrive.
That's probably the safest bet. Like we'd probably want to send either we could frame. We want it to send be it people who wouldn't notice leaving for very long or wouldn't very care much about it.
I think Zorost and Esther would be the best to send them forward.
They don't
Because
really know Zarast, and Esther is just a slave to
Yeah.
them.
And the rest of us already made ourselves known by challenging people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm the only one who hasn't made a commotion yet. Emphasis on yet.
But yes, hopefully, if to them you're a Sith Lord, so I don't see why they would put you through training. But
Yeah.
But I could always sharpen my skills. I could say that and infiltrate that.
Yeah,
but yes, no, that creates an even more awkward situation where if you do challenge someone and then kind of get your ass beat a little, then that raises some more questions.
Yeah, so let's just not do that and send you forward with Esther.
Since
no, that's-
I'm new here, I don't have the access to information like you, so I believe in what you do right now.
That's good.
I'd say that the safest bet would be to send Esther forward and then get a sighting on them, and then
How many charges did I give you for the leaps?
I think it was
3.
3. Oh god, let's get a bit more than that.
We rolled super low, so we got
yeah.
3.
Yeah.
I think it should be a bit more than that.
So
This is gonna-
do I
this
have
is gonna
to
be-
roll
this
or
is
It
gonna
needs to
a
be
little bit trouble
random,
stuff.
but it needs to be a bit more than that. Okay, this one is
Um,
final, right? Whatever this is,
this
it is what it is.
No, keep the 3. Just roll an extra D4 or something.
Let's
Okay.
And
see.
you could or the worst thing you could do is have a baseline and then roll, so that way you can roll and then it's somewhere between a certain amount. And
Okay.
'cause if you get cucked because you get 3, for example.
All right, well,
then-
1d6 plus 3 then.
yeah.
So an extra d6 on top of what we got.
And have that be the
4.
baseline for charge.
Yes!
Well, that changes.
It
absolutely
actually
not.
does. It does, because it
Yeah.
means that one can stay, one, although maybe stuck here, you can move further ahead. So at least you get a post in here.
Isn't this instances of uses or person uses?
That's instances, that's the whole party. So it means that you can send, so 4 of you can move forward, spread at different points. So one can jump forward, gather more information. Then can somebody jump at a more crucial time once you've got more information to find out more information and then dig a bit deeper. So you've got 4 jumps, and within about sort of 3 jumps, you're probably going to know what you're going to do. And then it's a case of like, right, okay, we know how we can, piece this together. If it comes to traveling in space with only 4 charges, I'll probably recommend stealing a fucking airship or something.
It's fine. No one will notice. We'll be gone anyway soon.
Yeah, just
Okay,
get.
so let's just.
I mean,
send
you guys are
forward
already
things
on
over.
rumors anyway, right?
Yeah.
Because but
Feel
try
like
not
at
to leave
this
it
point,
a
what-
mystery per se, but yeah.
I feel like Ghost was kind of always going to be impossible on this one because you had to have checked the Academy
Not
Campaign, and the only well,
really.
it wouldn't have been impossible, but it would have been very, very, very difficult.
We
Yeah.
could have laid low and like.
It's meant to
ended
be
up at
difficult. To
dropouts.
get Ghost would
Yeah.
have been very difficult. Those of you wondering what the hell we're talking about, it's basically how this is scored and how the XP is awarded. So it's minimizing footprints. So
The
what we got
less
here.
people know who you are, the
Yeah.
better.
So it's levels up on the point system. These may change a little bit as well when I start to think, because I'm thinking, if you want to level a bit further, it might require running games. So there'll be like additional points that, way more points for running games, and that's the only way you can level up, or you can level up slowly exclusively as a player. But GMs will level much faster. And I'm thinking as well that you may need to have a character that is a handler, in which case you need to get a character to a certain level. Because one of the kind of pitfalls with the Lost in Limbo, although it's not so problematic with Lost in Limbo, but it will be more crucial with this, is where people are just immediately start running whilst also not really fully grasping the vibe of the game itself. So things tend to go off the point.
Yeah, a lot of Westmarches have that sort of style where you have to get a character up to a certain amount and then you can GM.
Yeah. So I'll probably be using that. So the character itself will become a handler, as well as still an agent. But
Oh my god! I just realized the naming convention of these tiers versus something. All right. Okay.
so the playing a session is 1 point, and then you got these then based on your footprints. So if you've been exposed, so if it's a case of some time traveling sort of Force sensitives, if there's like hard evidence, if you've left hard evidence of the existence of the agency, that's 0. Mystery is a case of like when there's things that can't be explained via mundane means, so you've left a bit of you've left a conspiracy theory behind.
Yeah.
Rumors is like where there's like things out of the ordinary but can be explained through conventional means. They can be,
Force. Yeah.
and then Ghost is like nobody was even aware that you were there. Like passing somebody in the street and having a conversation. Oh, can you direct me to the the Jedi Jedi monastery? Oh yeah, of course. Oh, it's up there. Nobody's that's not a that's not a rumor.
As long as no one of significance notices you, then you're fine.
Question about the point system. So we gain points per session, right? So, but like if we've already so downgraded to rumor level, does that mean that all the following sessions in this
cursed.
series
Yeah.
are going to stuck on? Okay, so it's
Yeah.
not ghost per session or
No,
rumor
no, no,
per
no, no.
session.
It's a case of like, yeah, what you've done for that mission, so you can taint the mission.
Got it.
Yeah. So it's like once you've hit that exposure, like go quick.
Yeah, 'cause you
Get
don't
it
wanna-
completed. Get the fuck out of there. Just cut your losses.
It's getting back to the game. I think we should then only send one person forward to preserve chances.
Yep.
We can communicate
Yeah.
anyways.
I'd say Escher is probably. Sorry, Escher, but like.
Oh no,
the most
I am up for the
the
solo
easiest to
mission.
explain.
Give me all
Yeah.
the stealth and deception rolls. Let's go.
Bunny
Yeah.
hopping through the through the timeline.
I believe I must accompany him as well.
We are sending only a single person.
Just one right now.
Yeah.
Oh, that does raise a good point of. Actually, yeah, that's a good point. Do we send Zoros now? Because if we don't, then there's a chance that he becomes more well known, and then if he disappears soon after, then that's gonna raise more questions. But
there is another thing as well. You guys are currently enrolled in the Sith Academy. It might not be quite so simple for you guys to leave.
Yeah,
that's
why
what
we are
I'm
only talking
saying,
about
yeah.
those two.
And I don't mean
So-
leave to another point in time. I mean if you're going to leave that area. That's what I'm saying. If you jump forward in time, I mean, who's going to fucking stop you? But if he wants, like, if you guys want to leave Korriban now, might be a little bit a little bit more difficult. I'm not saying it's not going to be impossible or that it's not going to be that tricky, but people are going to notice you suddenly not a Korriban anymore.
Yeah, so let's do that. Send Esther forward, and keep Zorast here, but unrelated to the academy, so we have an outside contact.
you can
But
just say
Warlow
Zoros
is
is
not
visiting.
smart enough for that, so it's just suggestion for other players.
Oh yes.
But that's probably the best move to send Esther forward. I trust you, Rabbit Man, probably.
Rabbit Man is good.
I'm a woman.
Oh,
What?
a little bit awkward then.
Esther
Sorry.
is a girl's name. How hard is this?
It was
Well, we don't care.
Okay.
Okay, so when and where are you being sent?
That's a
Excuse
better-
me for not knowing rabbit people. Okay.
Well, we have two known positions. There's here and there's the battle in the future.
And Rusan.
So I assume the battle in the future, maybe half a day beforehand.
Oh. Okay. So like
Isn't
12
that the-
hours 12 hours before the thought bomb goes off, is it?
Also, make sure to give everyone their stuff back before you jump.
I
Yeah, it's probably a
this
good
is
idea as well.
point. This is a good point. We don't want to send anyone who's really force sensitive into the fort bomb. I'll go alone. This'll be fine.
Yeah, see?
Yeah, that's a good point. If we don't get out of there in time, we're dead.
I think it goes for fucking everything. To be honest,
just like- I
the
just
thought,
like the
the thought
thought.
bomb was pretty radical. I mean, it just wiped out a lot of life. It's one of the major. It was almost like the the Rusan was the camel's back, and the feather would have been the next thing that would have just tipped that thing into a complete climate meltdown. But it wasn't a feather; it was more of a fucking anvil. And that was the thought bomb. That's why the Reformation was such a big deal. Because the Jedi was sort of like, after the madness of like the war sort of wore off, they were like, oh shit, sorry, let me put that back. Oh shit, I broke it a bit more. Like the bouncers, one of the local species they're called bouncers, these weird, strange things that communicate telepathically. And they all went fucking mad. So there's a little bit of lore here, and this already, if it gets to this point, so this is not going to spoil it, but with Xana, how Bane discovered Xana, she killed 2 Jedi. I think it was only a Padawan and a knight, and it was more of a surprise because she was a little girl about 10 years old. And she had a friend, a bouncer, right? What is she called? Rain? I can't remember what the bouncer was called. She was referred to as Rain, but the bouncer, I can't remember the bouncer's name. But yeah, the Jedi saw it and thought, oh, a bouncer, shit, because they saw used to just killing these things on sight because the amount of force energy just sent these things mad and they were just attacking and killing everyone. So they thought they were saving the girl, but they wouldn't. They just killed her mate. And just in that rage, she just broke both their necks. And that's when Bane went, yeah, you'll do. You'll do. Come with me, you know. You know a Sith apprentice. Come with me, little girl. I'm going to teach you. I'm going to teach you all the dark knowledge.
Kid, how do you feel about the power to corrode anything in your way and that? Oh, I don't know, sir. You can get a free lollipop. Oh, that sounds neat.
You get to kill more Jedi. Yeah, because she weren't too fucking happy with the Jedi or the Sith, actually. None of the Rusan.
Imagine how sad that Jedi Knight and Padawan must be. They got killed by a 10-year-old girl.
She was, in all fairness, immensely force sensitive though. So, but it was the surprise. I mean, if they expected a threat, then one of the first things is like you guys were taught, you trained to put up that force barrier. If they had done that, there's no way she would have been able to do it. But they were just caught unawares. She caught them by the surprise. It doesn't matter how great a soldier it is. If somebody sneaks up behind you with a fucking gat and puts one in the back of your head, it's lights out, isn't it? You know what I mean?
That's fair. I'd still feel pretty embarrassed about it though.
It's one of the things that you don't never see in pop culture. It's just sort of like see John Wick take a stray bullet, like all those guns going off. Like one of them's gonna fucking hit, isn't it? Surely.
Yeah, God.
But yeah, so but yeah, the bouncers have gone mad at this point. So okay, 12 hours. So just to confirm now, 12 hours before the thought bomb, and we're talking more or less the location of the thought bomb. We don't know anywhere else really. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know anywhere else. We're mostly guessing. So somewhere close to the battle is the assumption, but where that exactly drops me off is up to you, Taffy. But I do one thing before I go. I assume as the slave, I can sneak into the laundry at this place. I want to grab a uniform before I go.
Oh,
okay.
That's fucking smart.
Yeah.
So we're going for a Sith sort of soldier's uniform. So
any kind of Sith uniform, something that like if someone saw me and said, "Hey, you were probably there as a security guard at some point or other," someone they'd expect to see on a battlefield, potentially doing something.
Okay.
Medic, that would be best, I think.
Okay, let me just catch up with this because things happen really fast on this time.
Playing hardball now, Taffy.
There you go. Right, so it's oh shit, yeah, this stuff is fucking kicking off. So what you see as you arrive at Rusan, I'm not going to tell you much about the sort of climate. You got a relatively temperate climate, or would have been before things got absolutely ravaged by war. The landscape is going to be scarred to fuck. There's storm clouds, like thick overcast. There's crackling, unnatural lightning. With the sort of culmination of the force, is probably starting to resemble Tython around about the Thor your arrival. You see hundreds of Jedi and Sith going at one another. Nearby there, where the thought went off, you're going to be arriving. Yeah, you could see these just outside of the mouth of a cave. You are inside a cave. Behind you, the cave seems to go on forever. There's... Give me a lore check. Give me a lore check.
This is gonna go well.
See. Oh.
16.
Free.
Not bad. Not bad.
Nice. Okay.
Good.
So you do remember a little bit about the thought bomb. You do understand that it was that Khan was. It requires. I don't want to say ceremony. It's not a ritual involving quite a lot of force sensitives. They basically fuse. They sort of channel all of their force energy into a single point. This was done inside the cave networks of Rusan. The battle you're witnessing now is what's sometimes referred to as the 7th Battle of Rusan. So this is where they sort of this is their last stand. This is where the Jedi and the Jedi and Sith were going to be sort of this was going to be the final battle. Something went a bit wrong as far as Khan's plan. Forces. So basically, they had a blockade in the air that was stopping the Jedi's reinforcements from getting there, led by a Jedi Master. The name is Master Farfalla. That's it. He was the general at the of the Army of Light. He was gathering reinforcements. He went back to Coruscant because, as far as the Sith, all the Sith were involved in this battle, but it was very difficult to get all of the Jedi involved because, a lot of them are pacifists, right? But he went back to Korriban to plead the case because he's far better of a diplomat than the guy that was actually, leading the Army of Light, Hoth, Jedi Master Hoth. So Farfalla went back to, call for more reinforcements, which he got, which were held back by a Sith blockade. However, the blockade broke and attacked Farfalla's fleet, which allowed Farfalla to breach the blockade and get there. So you would be seeing these the Coruscant ships arriving at this battle and pouring out and joining their fellow Jedi and are starting to turn the battle. And about 12 hours before, be around about this time where you see a load of the Sith starting to break off and run towards you, back into the cave network. This is where the thought bomb went off. They're about to initiate their Hail Mary.
The wave him in.
Hide in plain sight. Okay.
Yeah. Just come on, guys.
Yeah, come on, guys, we got this.
If anyone talks to me, I'm just like, yeah, the entrance is rigged to blow. Let's get inside.
Okay.
God.
So, all right.
Pray to God.
Sure, fuck it. All right, that's what happens. They make their way into the cave network. There's a few sort of quizzical looks at you. It's like, the fuck is a Sith soldier doing here? All right, it's just sort of accepting you there. You're probably not going to be treated quite well. They're all Sith lords,
Yeah,
right there.
I was like, I'm just here to help, guys. Anything you want? Tea, coffee.
Give me
Just gonna be a busy 12 hours.
Anything you want for the next 12 hours.
Yeah, give me a performance check. Let's see how.
Oh dear. Performance. Oh god, yes.
Whoa!
So they're like, okay, sweet, all right. Obviously, somebody's instructed you to be here to mark the point where is, where are we all meeting up, kind of thing. And they're looking to you, and you're like, it's down there. Well, it's convincing enough. It's like I wasn't given that information. All I know is like here to just ask you all in, yeah, sort of all that. They all pour on in, and you see, it's hundreds of Sith start pouring into these caves. Unless you're doing anything else, that's what's happening.
No, just leading them in, and once it starts becoming like there's too many people to count, just join the group and just move with them.
Yeah.
Master accidentally rescues everyone from the thought bomb.
I don't...
So you see, they're going to be sort of pouring in. Things are not going to happen. I'm not going to move things along too much because time is going to be way too crucial for you. Holy shit. So yeah, I'll leave you to initiate any sort of movements beyond that, but they just sort of pour it in. Let's see, you got Khan is... Give me a perception check, actually, or an insight check. Let's just see what, just a generally, just a sort of vibe of like picking up who's who and things like that. Okay, sick. So you're able to discern just even in passing who the people are. You see quite a lot of the you see a lot of the sort of Sith Lords, what appears to be the higher ranking Sith Lords, even though they're all supposed to be equal, but you kind of know that that's bullshit. There's a fella that which is very clearly Khan. He's looking somewhat disheveled, but he has this maddening look in his eyes as he's starting to address everyone, and it's like, this is, giving them something of a sort of a heroic sort of pep talk as he's building them all up. He said, "This is the time. This is it. Now it's one last stand. Now we shall start the thought bomb sort of ritual," as he's sort of like ordering people about, you stand there, you stand there. We need to sort of join hands and things like this. As as they sort of, he would be looking. I think at this point he'd be looking for scouts to find a chamber that's sort of large enough so as those to start to filter out as they sort of come in. There's a few of them licking their wounds and stuff, and they sort of filter out. We need to have a space. We need to join hands. We need this kind of thing. Head out there. Head into the cave network and find a chamber large enough. So that's what's going on there. But you discover who Khan is. Funny enough, very few by the name of nobody by the name of Bane. Bane's not been mentioned.
That's somewhat to be expected. I want to look out specifically for two people.
Okay.
And there's a chance they may already be dead or not even be here.
Okay.
But I want to look for the people who failed in the training exercise last time and were thrown across the room and who I gave eggs to.
Okay. Yeah, you indeed. Well, Forhar's not there. You can't find a Forhar. The two that failed.
The other one was just a.
Yeah, one of them is there. One of them is there that you do recognize, which is the young girl.
Young girl, that's what I thought.
She's not so young now because she was about 14. She's about 19 now. She looks a lot more sure of herself. Her resolve is obviously strengthened since her defeat. She's moving with a sort of more air of confidence.
I'm gonna hop over. I'm going to get out another egg from my pocket and I'm gonna say,
God.
"Long time no see."
Oh no.
Yeah, that's cool. That's really smart. Okay.
That's...
Well, she sort of reaches out. She looks down at you and she goes, "Oh my God, it's you!
Great.
You're in uniform
Grown
now.
strong, Master Jedi. Or Jedi.
That's the scene.
And I've noticed you're no longer a slave."
We have both worked hard, it would seem.
Thank you.
Can you see anyone else here from the academy?
That's great.
Yes. None that you would have met though. Yeah, she points out a few of these. Githany is there.
Tiffany Battalion, okay, got it.
Githany's there. She did a human, but she arrived. She'll explain that she arrived a few years after you. There's a few more. She names a couple of others. Yeah, Githany's the only one that causes like a sort of. Give me a straight wisdom check, I would say, or a charisma check, depending which is higher.
Charisma it is.
16, yeah. She names a few names, but Githany, there's something when you hear that name Githany, it almost like echoes and vibrates through the tether. Other than that, there's no one else. You've noticed that she hasn't mentioned Sirac, Loki, Yevra, and Forhar are the names that you knew of the students, and none of those names are mentioned.
And none of ours.
And none of yours, obviously.
But yes, but that's
Or to
Fly.
be seen.
You guys could have done the long con and stayed all the way through.
Stay there for
If
5
indeed, if
years.
that happens, if you stay there 5 years and indeed it comes back, that's going to end up like, that is going to cause some jank.
It's gonna.
The moment you guys go, should we stay? Should we stay here?
Agency now?
Should we stay here? Let's stay here until we go through graduation and things like that. Yeah, all right. All of a sudden, fucking the rabbit's back with you. Like, what the hell happened? We decided to stay here. God fucking damn it! Well, that was a waste of a charge, wasn't it?
No, the people who sent us was like, what the fuck is taking them so long? Oh god, it's great.
Ah, very good, very good.
You would be pulled out by then anyway.
Yeah. I'm going to psychically send back the name Giffany as something for everyone to look into.
Mm-hmm.
Do I recognize the name from the time when I was, looking for sparring partners and like measuring everyone up?
Give me a history check.
Oh, that's.
Oh no,
That's
it wouldn't
one
be
of-
history. It'd
that's
have to be
one of the
law.
Yeah, that's not one of the good abilities, but okay. Yeah. No.
Aw.
You're not sure.
good.
You're pretty. It's the name itself, as I said, you've felt that sort of resonance as well as you hear the name. You hear the name Giffany, just as Esther had heard the name Giffany. So all of you did. When that thing ring, as like I said, it resonated across the town, and each of you heard the name Giffany in your head, as though it was heard by a pair of bunny ears. So
believe I must not have heard the name Giffany because
Yeah,
I
but-
don't belong to that era.
yeah, but no, it's not. Yeah, you don't know. You're not connected to anyone you've met yet. Maybe you just haven't met her yet. You're not sure if it's just you haven't met her yet, or maybe it was just in passing. But you got a sense that name is significant. As the music all stopped already, god damn it! Should we play it again? Let's play it again.
Just do it. It's fun. Yeah,
Put it on a loop.
fun.
I did it in bot spam, didn't I?
So we should we should probably mention the fact that Bane probably isn't going to be anywhere near this, like considering he knows what it is, because he purposely set this off.
They don't know shit about that though.
And if you're asking why I'm playing the Witcher soundtrack and not anything related to Star Wars, is because if you need it explained to you, Disney is hella litigious.
Yeah. He wants money even though they have so much. He wants more.
The dirty rat.
Go on.
Fucking Dark Nicholas moment.
Mouse.
There we go. Okay. So you have a
All
name,
right.
Githany.
Tiffany. I can go. Well, I'm in the library, so. Is there anyone like around me? I suppose.
Surprisingly, no.
I
No.
You know, I know that
you've-
study
you-
period,
yeah,
but
there's
it's not
there's
work.
study period. They're not really there.
Everyone's just not studying, I guess.
Yeah. No.
Like, nah, man. Like, I know I'm not that smart, but I didn't think of myself to be a nerd.
Well,
Oh my god. Well, Githany. Alright, I have their name written down. Fuck, what do we do? Let's see. Oh yeah, Kid'll say, any sighting of Bane yet? Or I assume not, but just asking.
No one going around saying I'm Bane, the big bad Bane, yet.
Well, keep your eye out for him, on him, I suppose. Important.
could
Will
someone
do.
look into who's this Giffen or something?
Yes, we'll probably go and I can go and ask around.
Yeah. I'll advise that she's set to arrive at the academy in the next year or so, but they may theoretically have records on her from the wider galaxy and have an expectation she might be arriving. You might have something, I don't know. And if not, you just wait a year. It'll show up eventually.
I mean, as long as we made 60 feet for 1 minute.
Should someone jump forward as well to the point where Giffany arrives?
I mean, that is an option. You could send one person forward in the academy.
Oh, yes, I suppose we could send Zorost or somebody there, like a
Okay.
year later, but...
It's supposed to be the out of the academic contact, so it wouldn't be smart to enroll Zoros as well.
Don't be afraid to literally just approach Githany and just say like, "Hey,
I mean, no, that's what I was going to do back.
I was expecting Bane to be here. Where is he?" You know.
But yeah, I'll having talked to the Egger girl for a bit, I'll hop over to the one she's pointed out as Giffany.
Okie dokie. She goes,
And be like,
"Hi."
obviously, I assume my uniform's giving me away somewhat
Yeah, yeah.
subservient,
It's
but
like,
I'll be like,
"Hi,
Wait,
I wasn't expecting any Sith soldiers here."
oh, yeah, I came with the last batch from the academy. Anything I can do to help? Giffany, right?
Yes, that's correct.
Yeah. You probably don't recognize me, but we probably passed in the halls a dozen times back at the academy. Me just doing minor odd jobs and things.
Give me a deception check. It's not going to be
Cool.
hugely consequential, but because there's not much he's going to be able to discern anyway.
I'm going to use my special ability then. To deceive.
Master Deceiver.
19. Yeah, she's like,
19.
yes, quite. Anyway, if there's nothing more, I best be
Oh,
going.
whatever happened to Bane?
She looks at her eyes, sort of looked at it narrow. Her eyes sort of widen and then narrows again as she frowns. Bane's a traitor. He's abandoned us.
That's terrible. What happened?
This time, give me a persuasion check.
On your charisma. Oh!
No.
I have the charisma, but I don't have the proficiency.
No, it wasn't going to come out.
You learned how to lie, but not how to talk to people?
No, I can only lie. I exist only to lie.
Yeah.
I have better intimidation than I have persuasion.
How? You're a rabbit!
I'm a very angry rabbit.
Oh,
Yeah, so
God.
it's, yeah. So she looks at you and goes, yeah, she's going to say, well, right now, I'm kind of busy. And I should imagine you have duties to attend to too. And she just, storms off somewhat. It feels like the sort of, I know you're not going to need insight check this. It seems like the mention of Bane is a bit of a red button with her.
Yep. Okay, so I'm going to message back to the gang. It would appear that Bane betrayed all the Sith at the last minute before the fort bomb.
It's really confusing. Wait, if they knew that he betrayed them, why would they trust him to go to the... That raises a lot more questions than answers. Anyway, yes, I forgot to mention. Have you ever seen Sabrak there? It's
And
meant
I
to be
think
like
your
the
camera
peak
is frozen.
Yeah, it is.
Really?
Just got you smiling.
Oh,
You
well,
got
enjoy my
if you
smiling face.
if you have the
Have you made the mistake of minimizing Video Ninja?
Yes, I have minimized it.
yeah, that's why your frame
Yeah.
rate is shit.
If you minimize it, the frame rate immediately goes to 0.
God damn it!
You have to keep it full screen at all times. You can make it a
So
very small
annoying.
box, but it has to be open and full screen.
Wait, what do you mean to be full screen? Like, isn't it
Alright,
in your
hold on.
browser?
Yeah, it's in your browser, but if you minimize the browser window, it will throttle it to all hell, and it will not transmit anything.
So you
Can
can
I-
resize. Could you resize the window? And could you have the window in behind another window?
Yeah,
It's
yes, you could kind of do that, but
Just
you
don't
can't have
minimize
it
it.
actually minimized.
Okay.
That sounds stupid, but okay.
on. Second camera is.
Yeah, because it's
reloaded the thing.
Windows protocol tries to save resources. So it's like, oh well, he's not using this. No, I am using it.
Just don't want it because it tanks every time that I use it when it's like not on there.
Shouldn't it be fixed then by Task Manager priority settings?
Camera request
Probably.
timed out. Do you accept cancel permissions? Please do so for. What the fuck?
Ah,
I'm gonna try it out.
Fun. I'm just gonna make a new video, Ninja. Hold on, I'll post it in chat.
no worries.
A lot easier that
I'll
way.
Become a statue.
No, enjoy my smiling face for all. It's truly great, isn't it?
It's gone. That's gone as well.
You'll
Yeah.
never see
It
the
looked
light of
like
my eyes
the
ever again.
photos you see for like political campaigns.
Brightness of my eyes. Shame.
Oh, I see the problem. To prioritize it in Task Manager, I would first have to know which opera.exe out of the 30 that one is. Yeah, okay.
Yes.
Never
I'm
mind.
just gonna post the new one into chat. Okay. Copy clipboard. Here you can just put it up there. Yeah. Swear to God, it's so annoying because if I have it like this, then like everything else gets buggy as shit, and then it's like really Discord starts bugging out, and then it's not minimized. Oh, my God damn it, Discord. Hello?
We can
Am I
hear.
back?
We can hear you. I think we heard you the whole
Yeah.
time. Yeah.
Yep.
You heard you as soon as you joined. We just not
Okay, good, because
seeing
you guys
anything.
are just real silent.
Yeah, I'm just I was reading through the
Alright, I posted it.
history of everything.
I posted it in Game Channel 1 again, the new one. The new Video Ninja.
It's not
Wait, hold
appearing
on.
for me for some reason.
Really? Alright, hold on. Do I copy the clipboard? Then paste.
Apologize, audience.
Oh,
We seem to be
I
having.
accidentally probably.
We're
Sorry, audience, technical difficulties.
well, we seem to be having some technical difficulties. There we go. Right. And we have a Kian back. Yay.
Woohoo!
And he seems to have decent frame rates. I actually saw the blink in more than one frame. That's amazing. There he is. So, yeah, we have a bit of a red button. What happened there with Githany? Let's stop you trying again. Maybe different approach, you know, maybe a concern. I was like, oh, I'm really sorry to hear that. He seems so promising. There's other things, obviously, different points in time you could try out. You do kind of know when Githany arrives. So to give approximation of when she arrived, like an awful lot happened in a very short space of time. It's actually quite ridiculous looking at this timeline. It's almost to the point it's unbelievable. And I'm thinking of kind of stretching this out a wee bit. Do you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna change the date on this a little bit, just so it just makes a little bit more sense and things are not so fucking mental. So if we do that, yep, that makes sense. That makes way more sense now. And there's too many zeros in that.
I'm thinking, how could we send Marlowe 1 year into the future to be in the same year as Bane and Githany? How could we pull that out without raising too much suspicion? Is there like something that Marlowe could be expelled from in a way that he could enroll again next year?
Not really. I mean, I'm not saying that, not saying that if you try something it might work.
I mean, you could just storm out and just leave.
Yeah, but then how do I come back next year?
You come back you come back next year and say, they're dead. I can continue now. I'm like, sure.
That's actually not too bad.
I mean, you could certainly leap forward. I mean,
Just I want to do the leap forward in a way that all the teachers and students and everyone don't get suspicious on where I was and take me back next year.
Yeah, where did you go for the whole year?
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, like just say you were getting revenge. It's the classic Sith answer. I was getting revenge.
Yeah, that's the thing I want to do. Yeah, as you said, that's not a bad idea. Maybe I can talk to the teachers.
I mean, Zora, you could send Zoros forward in time. And it's like, oh, it's you again. Yeah, it turns out I had the wrong year. I was a little early. And they go, you are a strange Sith. Yeah, I get a lot of that dark side stuff. It's fucking frazzles the brain, man. Yep. I can't remember the last time I had a good night's sleep.
That's true. We could just send Zorast forward. However, playing Marlowe's character, he would be the one who wants to meet Bane and maybe even challenge him to the sparring contest or something.
Fuck the footprint, hey.
I mean, no, just a sparring match, so, They can lose and the timeline goes on as it's supposed to be.
Yeah, we'll see how that might end. Wait till you find out how Foha died. Anyway, yeah, let's leave you guys. All these questions, like, hey, what happened to it? Things like that. It's like if, it's a pity with that sort of persuasion check, but leave the girl calm down a bit and maybe have another go there, Esther.
I got it.
Back. No, that's fine.
I have everything set up. I'm fine.
Or you could always ask someone else.
I could now go for the second stage of my plan. Blow up this entire cavern network and stop the thought bomb from happening.
Footprint be like.
Technically, if all the Sith aren't killed, there won't be a rule of two.
All the Sith are already dead. The thought bomb can't kill them.
There may be somewhat of a contingency with that. We'll see how that plays out. But God, that's going to be fucking messy.
Oh God. kill everyone in the tunnel so the thought bomb can't kill them first.
Yeah, kind of like Ruler 2 would still play out that way then, but hey,
No, because theoretically there'd still be Sith elsewhere in the galaxy. So
But it's not
you
just the
wouldn't have
fact
a
that they stuck in.
monopoly on-
Yeah, but the thing is, it's like they're in the cave. So what do you think? What do you think is going to follow the Sith into the cave once they get the shit together?
Oh yeah, the Jedi will come and kill them all. It's fine.
Yeah.
But theoretically, there'll be more Sith survivors, and there won't be a monopoly on forming the rule of 2. It might become the rule of 4 or the rule of 8, but it's not the rule of 2.
It's an interesting hypothesis. One can only speculate or test it.
Exactly. This was proposed as a test, so I'm
That's what the
testing.
whole point of this is. Oh god.
Good lord. Okay. So,
This really is what the Star Wars What If. What if the rule of 2 is actually the rule of 4? Okay. Oh yes.
We're gonna go back to the academy for a bit,
that's-
Taffy. Give you time to think things through.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's all on you guys. Every single one of you in the driving seat at the moment. I've got no dog currently in this interaction. So,
Esther.
Yes.
I it does.
Like I said, recon. That's all it is. The more information you gather, the more you figure out this timeline, the more you could see the easy sort of the weaker links in the chain. So to summarize then, just to maybe help you guys out, I'll summarize what you know so far. You know, Bane didn't join Korriban until he wasn't there 5 years prior, but he was there at some point. Githany had joined Korriban. Githany is significant somehow. Let's see. Okay, what you know, Bane wasn't there 5 years ago. He's somewhere else. In fact, the Sith had never even heard of Bane 5 years prior to the thought bomb.
Alright, I'm going to communicate through this for now, Taffy. I can't hear you currently because Discord has currently
Shit itself.
not working for me, so I'm just going to ask this to Esther. Ked was going to ask, have you seen Sabrak or
The Zabrak, Sirak.
any of those guys?
Did you hear that, Matt?
Yeah.
I heard the word Sirak, and that was it.
Yeah, well, he asked you, have you, is basically asked you if Sirak's there, or any of the other Zabaks.
Yeah. Only the Egg Girl is here, and Githany. No one else from the academy, as far as I can tell.
There are a few
Did
other
you get
names.
my
They mentioned a few other names, but no names that you recognised.
Yeah, names that weren't there when I left. Actually, this is another quicker idea. I know we're running into cave systems, but is there kind of see anyone with like any kind of electrical equipment, data pads, anything like that? Anything that might have records?
Ooh. Okay, there will be data pads there. Yeah, they will have some form of, records, communication, things like that. There will be some various different electronic devices on many of the Sith Lords.
If there's any kind of like, again, I assume there might be some kind of like temporary forward base, maybe with some open terminals for people to use. If it's just people with personal data pads.
Give me a D100. Give me a luck die.
We then move on to straight up stealing. Straight up stealing it is.
Yep, it's gonna have to be straight up stealing.
Okay. Try and looking someone off to one side of the cave where I can maybe stealth along a wall and do a quick sleight of hand
Okie
before
dokie.
anyone notices.
Give me a perception check. A lot of people sort of, you can't really see a good enough opportunity. Like nobody's like put a data pad down and having a conversation and things like that. Yeah, you could. The only thing you've been able to discern is people have put data pads away. You can discern like within their clothing where they are, but no data pads actually like exposed. There's no easy picking data pads.
Yeah. So we're going back then to the hustle and
Order.
bustle of the crowd of people down here, and doing the just straight up pickpocket bump into someone. Oh, my deepest apologies.
Okay. Give me a sleight of hand check.
Oh, I'm terribly sorry, sir.
Yep. You got away with that. You've managed to swipe a data pad off someone. Indeed, you have.
Okay. I'm gonna hop off away from the individual I've taken it from, somewhere a bit more remote, and then try and get in this thing and just go Bane on the search function and see if anything comes up.
Okay. Give me a technology check, along with the percentile die as well. So your capability.
Oh my god!
Oh! And a percentile die 42. Okay. It's there was certain levels of security on there. You had to get past like a
The
finger.
password was password.
you had to get past like a fingerprint sort of scanner, and there was a backup sort of pass. You did manage to sort of bypass the security on there. There was further security in other sort of parts of these records. It's just a pity there wasn't a huge amount of information on there. What would be on there? This is one of the former. Let's see. It wouldn't have been one of the former teachers because that was sub 50. So you're not going to get any specific records on Korriban itself. Let's see, what would you get? What can I give you? Battle plans of Ruson you would have already been aware of. Oh, I know what I can give you. I can give you something. So, this is one of the... You managed to swipe this from one of the former students of Korriban that joined them on the big sort of push that was sort of like... The graduation was expedited. You get into these sort of... There's nothing really in the way it's connected to any records, but you do find a personal diary, like a little personal sort of blog that they sort of keep in. You get a few pieces of information. So it talks about Bane's arrival on Korriban and how he had this huge sort of favoritism and things like that, right? It talks about when they were there. They arrived. They were actually one of the group that arrived just after you left. So a few weeks after you left, these guys they arrive. Sir Ackley were massively impressed with, talking about how he could be the Sithari, which is basically the Sith Messiah, and talking about how impressed he was with his use of his double-bladed lightsaber and how, you know, nobody ever challenged him in a duel, but every time somebody felt a little bit strong, they'd give it a crack. And then he was sort of talking about when Bane arrives. So you do actually have the date when Bane arrives.
That's right. Yeah, second I get the date, just message back, this is the date Bane arrives at the Academy.
Yep. So he arrives... He arrives at the back end of 1003 BBY. Obviously, it's not known as that, but I'm going to translate the years so you guys can understand. It won't be listed as that. It'll be done after the Coruscant... Is it the Coruscant Treaty? ATC, I think the time is. Yeah, sort of after the Treaty of Coruscant. Yeah, ATC. But the way I've got it, there is 3552 TYA for your arrival. That's how that's how the old the Talid. Oh, you don't know it's a Talid yet. How your boy back at the machine would recognize the year. I'll give you an idea of how fucking old he is. But yeah, okay. So he arrives. That's when he arrives. So when he comes there, it's sort of he seemed quite old compared to the other students. Like a lot of them have been training for years. Some of them have come from the Jedi. Some have been Sith assassins that have shown exceptional promise. and some of them have been trained privately, have had independent sort of masters. But a lot of them, when they come in around about Bane's age and like the age of like, you know, your Cato, your Marlowe and Alexander and stuff, which are actually mentioned in this diary, they're much, much older. When Bane arrives, he is like in his sort of 20s and he's had zero training yet. A lot of the masters seem to have fussed over him quite a bit. And it's seen becomes very clear why that is, because he picks up, he's almost like a natural when it comes to using the lightsaber. He, like, on his first try, when they go like test it, when he shoves him, when he does a shove, despite having no force training whatsoever, in one explanation was able to demonstrate to put up a solid force barrier. And there was a lot of sort of questions and murmuring amongst the students of whether or not, well, maybe Bane might be the Sitharius, like, you know, by comparison, you know, well, you know, Sirac comes from a family of like force sensitive Zabraks, you know, he's been trained by his dad, you know, he's had all this sort of start, where Bane has just seemingly come from nowhere. Here's another detail. No, would he know this? No, he wouldn't. No, he wouldn't know this, because they specifically, same as the Jedi, they specifically, you forget your history. You're no longer that person anymore. So they would not know anything about what Bane was. He wouldn't. The Academy records might show different. But despite no training, yeah, he picks it up. When it comes to channeling the Force, he's exceptional at this as well. So one of the things, as mentioned, they get a lot of one-on-one training if they show a lot of promise. Bane is being sort of coddled by almost every single master in there, but despite the fact that he seems quite quiet and introverted and keeping himself to himself. As time goes on, Bane starting to go show, he challenges Foha. And this is the first time we got to see Bane actually fight. What happens is Foha gives him an absolute battering, has disabled his lightsaber arm, has broken his leg, and is now taunting him. And Bane is just screaming at him, just finish me already, just finish me. And it's just like, wow, maybe Bane's not that strong after all. But when Foha goes for the killing blow, Bane reaches out with the Force and he just rips straight through Foha's force barrier and kills him dead, hitting him just with his Sith lightning and just holding him on. He's sort of, there's a question in there. He's going, why didn't the instructor stop him? Why did they let Bane kill Foha? If his apprentices are so valuable, why did he let Bane kill him? But then after that, it seems that Bane had sort of abandoned the dark side and was afraid to challenge it again. And then, you know, his interest, this guy was a bit of a fanboy over the better students, and he started fanboying over Sirac again, until one day this seemingly broken man of Bane challenges Sirac and beats him. But this time, it doesn't strike the killing blow. He holds back. Shortly after that, they leave for Ruson. Other than that, there's a bunch of other stuff between him and other students and shit you don't give a fuck about. And I'm not going to make up.
Once I've got the key information, I'm psychically passing it back to the group, but at the same time, I am locking this device, going back to find the person I got it off and go, oh, sorry, sir, you appear to have dropped this on the floor. Yeah.
So just to give you, so he arrives at the back end of 1003 BBY. Within 1002 BBY is when he kills Foha. And 1000 BBY, which is where the guys are right now, is when they leave for Ruson. He kills Sirac. Beats Sirac. He beats Sirac. That would be... let's see. Chances Sirac and wins. That'll be around about 1001 BBY.
Sirac like around a year from now.
Yeah, so around about a year. About a year. That's BBY, isn't it? Yeah, a year before. Oh, no, those guys have gone back to 1000. Oh, see, it's really weird of counting backwards. Fucking dates, weird. Yeah, so it's 1005 BBY is where they are. Yes, 1001 BBY is when he challenges Sirac. He kills
4 years from now.
Yeah, so 4 years from where they are. 3 years from where they are is when he kills Foha. 2 years from where they are is at the back end of that is when Bane arrives. So now you've got Bane arrives back in 2003. 2002 is when he kills Foha, and 1001 is when he beats Sirac. Just at the back end, when he beats Sirac, and then toward more or less the close of that year, at the start of 1000 BBY is when they leave Korriban and go for Ruson. I've adjusted the years from that because everything's going to happen in months, otherwise I can't be asked counting months.
So maybe after he kills Poha, we can convince everyone that he's a Jedi spy, and that's why he killed one of the most potential students, and they don't let him get back.
Yeah, so why would they take your word for it?
That's true. Yeah.
He was also
Not to mention the fact that
really-
there's going to be those there's going to be masters, mentors at the academy that know exactly who Bane is, where he came from.
Yeah. Just theory crafting, brainstorming.
That we don't, they favor him more, and also they didn't seem to punish or stop him from killing Fohar at all, which implies something else. And number 4, if we do that, there's a chance that he calls us out on attacking his honor or something, and then tries to fight one of us, which will not go well.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think of something, because we seem to be stuck.
You got options.
Yeah, one of these events leads. You know that Bane betrays the Sith Order for some reason. We know that one of these events leads to him betraying the Sith Order for some reason. So we just need to find out which one to go to.
I mean, it appears killing Foha is the one that scares him from fully embracing the dark side.
Yep.
It seems that the Masters, then simmering over Sabrak also caused him to get more angry, and then...
Sabrak is the species. He's at Sirac.
No. Oh, sorry, Sirac. I was calling him Sibrak, instead of... I was like, what? I was
Sirac.
saying,
Sirac
wow,
the Zabrak.
Yeah, I know. It's it sounds a lot like Zabrak. Maybe that's why he was born. Maybe that's why he's called Sirac. Sibrak.
But okay. So let's.
I just said Zabrak.
So the ex-student takes the sort of the iPad back and goes, "Oh, thank you," and closes it back in its clothing and sort of looks at you a bit sort of curiously. And so you get a lot of looks like, "Why the fuck is there a Sith soldier here?" But you did do the 18 performance, so I'm like, yeah, all right. I'm good off that as your performance throughout all of this. You just acted like you belong there, and everyone's like, oh, well, I don't know anything about it. Maybe the masters at Korriban know why they're there. Maybe they brought this soldier with us, and then they're thinking, oh, maybe, and then the teachers of Korriban are thinking, oh, maybe it was it's with Khan. She's with Khan's lot. So they're all kind of thinking that you're with other groups that are not necessarily directly affiliated with.
I'm here with, the other guys over there. Oh. Go talk to you. Oh, yeah, I'm back with those guys. Yeah, it's fine. Yeah.
I'm doing a fucking good job of it, yeah.
So...
Certain point, there's a line where this crosses into deception.
So should we, save Foha?
I mean, no, this is the point. I have a passive deception of 20.
Yeah. So
At some point, you're unsure if you're lying to yourself.
Yes, this is
Constantly
the
will
thing.
question yourself.
I was always the soldier here. I've been a soldier for years.
I'll drop a little sort of suggestion in this space. Pending an intelligence check off each of you.
Not good at these.
just said a
Just to give
suggestion.
a question.
Did you guys not hear that?
Yeah, you're saying about stopping him, saving Foha.
Yeah.
Yeah, saving Fohar's a solid option.
Yeah.
I don't know how hard I want to push it here.
Yeah, wouldn't that? But isn't saving Fohar killing Fohar what kind of drove him off of the dark side of the Force?
Yeah, but that's also what
That's
made
also
him come to the
speculation.
conclusion of the rule of 2. If you make him fall even harder to the dark side, he'll come up with an even madder plan.
This Yeah, but that's speculation. You don't know what
It
happened.
is speculation, but if killing Fohar is a defining part of his life leading forward, changing that would
Important enough.
steer things.
That's why I was thinking as well.
It depends how rigid the path is, but we shall
I
see.
mean, this is
The
true.
reason-
We might have to make a few course corrections, not just one and done, but
Mhm.
it's certainly the biggest, the most obvious course correction that can be made.
With the information you have so far, I said it's recon.
Yeah.
But like I said, let's get those intelligence checks in. I'm gonna give you. I'm gonna point your minds in a different in a different direction now.
It's actually pretty
No
good
brain.
for Potato.
2 minus 1 intelligence is.
Yeah. Yeah.
My brain is perfectly smooth.
A smooth criminal.
Yes, we are waiting. Well, we haven't got one from. We haven't got one from Alexander
We're
yet.
giving the
There's our Alexander with
Going-
11 plus 1,
Marlo
and
giving the
obviously,
signature look of superiority.
yeah, we are missing a fractal. So not just the character, we're missing the fractal, but we have the 17. So so I thought with Kato and Marlo, despite your sort of your smooth brains minus 1 intelligence, you kind of thought to yourself, well, that at any point that we understand the path of Bane where he is right now, I mean, he was brought to Korriban because he showed obviously some sort of great potential there. We know that much because immediately the Masters are doting over him. So clearly he was pretty powerful at that point there. So interfering with his path there might be extremely risky. However, we don't know where he was before. And we're here 5 years before, so we're talking like 2 years, or probably about 2.5 years before he arrived at Korriban. We are currently here already. Where was he before Korriban?
Okay, so go forward, find out where he comes from, send back the information, someone travels there.
You start looking at it a bit broader.
something.
Stop looking
Okay.
at linearly as a time and start looking a bit sort of
Okay.
broader.
Okay. Plan. Send someone forward to when he arrives. Get the travel log for the ship he arrives on. Send someone else then forward to wherever the ship comes from. Arrive there. Get on the same ship with him with a bomb. Blow up the ship in space.
That wouldn't leave a footprint.
It was a terrible
Oh, sure, that would
accident!
leave a
During a
footprint.
time of war, a ship was destroyed. These things happen. A single,
It's not
a
a-
single
that is not a
trainee
stupid
died
idea.
who has yet to become an individual of major consequence. It's a relatively small footprint.
It's not a crazy idea.
Or just make sure he doesn't get on the plane, ship.
No, you get him on the ship. Killing
Because then
someone in
he just-
space is a lot easier than killing someone on the planet. You just need to destroy the ship. You don't have to destroy one of the most powerful force users in the galaxy. You just destroy a
but
ship.
like making sure that he always misses enrollment or something, and he never attends the academy.
He never
No, 'cause you
enrolls
can
in the
always
first place.
join like next year. Like, sure, you delay it 1 year. Good job.
Then we go forward and delay it the next year
You
until
also-
the bomb arrives.
You also don't know how aggressively the dark side may decide to protect him as well. So,
We don't.
but that's it. It's gonna get you more information. What I'm saying is just recon. You guys need.
Yes,
I'm
we
telling you.
need- we
I'm just
need
telling you
that.
categorically right now. You guys need more information. You've
Like-
barely scratched the
Alright,
surface of the
you know,
story.
This is like I have given you a line of dates. You can be sending people forward to these dates to get more information.
Yeah.
But I can't go back now. I can
we are
only go
trying-
forward.
We are trying to plan too far ahead. So let's take it step by step and send Zoroast forward to Bane's arrival.
Have
Okey-dokey.
him leave. Like, he's like, all right, I have another vision. And then he just goes and then, like, comes back. He's like, I had another vision telling me to come back here.
Okay. Well, whenever the hell he gets back. Yeah, like the timing on you getting back here. So the plan the guys have come up with is to send you forward in time to the day that Bane arrives at Korriban. So you can investigate the ship, check out its logs, and see where it arrived from, or at least maybe ask some questions or whatever, to just discern where Bane has come from.
Damn, looks like I got at this perfect time.
So, is
I just
Zorost up to this?
Yeah.
Zoros,
Okay.
is this a good idea to you? Yeah.
Okay. So,
I just like the idea, like, Zoros is like, I have a vision, I need to leave. He walks around a corner. 1 year later, he comes out the exact same corner.
so,
The vision.
well, at the moment,
The
it's
vision
nobody's paying that much attention to Zorost at the moment. You know, like where you've arrived at it's literally, we're only talking a few sort of moments here, where Kazim has just passed you and has left you at the entrance to the Korriban Academy. So the guys are speaking to you obviously through the tether, so you hear them in your head, nobody else is about. So you can probably nut around the corner just to make sure there's nobody looking from the distance, maybe, and then just jump forward 3 years, is it, or 2 years?
It's 2 years to his arrival.
Yeah, 2
Starts
years.
in 1030 BBY. And 1035 BBY.
Yeah, so it's 1003 BBY. Okay, so is that what we're doing? Zoros, I'm waiting for confirmation from you.
Yeah.
Okay. Suddenly you're outside the same academy. It looks pretty relatively the same. I mean, it's only been sort of 3 years. And ships are arriving at Korriban. Give me a law check. Is that with the +2?
Nope. That's the guidance.
14.
Just 40.
No, you wouldn't know. You wouldn't have any kind of description of Bane. He's known most records. He's known mainly by his name. So what are you doing?
Hope that charisma score is high, because you're going to need to do a lot of talking.
Yeah, so
you're just
I'm
outside the
going to
academy now. You running back to running back to the. I'm guessing you're going to be heading straight to the port.
yeah.
Okay, you get to the
Straight
port
to the ship.
again. You know, ships arriving, ships not. Give me a perception check. This one's going to be particularly, I just want to see if you're falling asleep. Okay. Actually, there should have been more wits, but that kind of plays on wisdom anyway. Okay. So you see again, a lot of supplies and stuff, arriving. Nothing in the way of students. However, something does catch you as a little odd. A prisoner arrives. It's the only thing beyond shipments of materials that arrives. That is not shipments. The only thing that's different. You see quite a large human male. He's completely bald. He has a very stern look on his face, like he's maybe objecting to his current, situation. His arms are in manacles. He is wearing a Sith sergeant's uniform. He's been escorted by Sith security, heading to Korriban.
I decided to
Heading into
barge
the
in
academy.
while they're I decided to barge in while they're taking the prisoner and just say, "Hey there, what is the purpose of taking this individual in
Give
manacles?"
me a straight charisma check, with advantage because you're there, wearing robes with a fucking lightsabers on your belt with advantage. I want to see how much you can. Oh yeah, so immediately the officers immediately stand to attention. You're a fucking Sith Lord, right? You are General, right? General, we've been orders to bring the prisoner to Cordis.
What is the name of the prisoner?
Yeah.
God.
Could you provide more details about the prisoner?
Let's do a check for these guys here. Oh, the main officers. All we're able to provide, sir, is this is Sergeant Dessel. He's been trialed for mutiny, sir.
Mutiny against what? Like, what is the exact purpose of his crimes? Because I may need those information for the future endeavors or something like that.
With that charisma, he'll hand you a data pad. This is all I have, sir.
Okay, I take the data pad.
Have a little read through. Yeah, it's all expense to trial of treason. The details kind of unknown. It's a little bit sort of odd that there are not any sort of further details on this. He's arrived from where the hell was it now? It's in. Oh, god damn it. Sorry, I don't have the bloody planet. But it was the Battle of Fazira, is where they've come from, which is
Fazira?
Fazira?
Isn't that the name of the planet?
World of Fazira. Yeah, that's the name of the world. Yeah, the Battle of Fazira. So he's come from Fazira. That's where the ship has just arrived from. And actually, give me on the mention of the word Dessel. Give me on the Dessel. Give me a either wisdom or charisma. So this is just a general sort of a forced attunement check. Don't really get much from Dessel.
Mm-hmm. I assume you're communicating this constantly with this telepathic bond, right?
I mean, you can communicate at any time, so if there's something comes up that you think is important to share with the group, you can share it. Just...
Yeah, it's just...
Yeah.
So Marlo is like, what was he doing there? What? He's not a Sith, right?
It's sergeant, but not exactly a lord.
Not a prisoner.
Yeah, the prisoner is in a Sith sergeant's uniform. Battle-worn Sith sergeant's uniform. The others are wearing Sith security uniform. He's wearing, like, you know, field wear. He's just back of the he's just come back from Vizira. That's what they brought it. That's what they picked him up from of crimes of treason, and they've been ordered to bring him to Cordis. Actually, give me a D100.
Please be a good roll. Ooh.
Okay.
The request was made by Kazim. That's where the orders came from Kazim.
Ooh, that's interesting.
And in that case, I think I'll take this up from now on, since I'll see to it personally that this treasoner gets what he gets accurate punishment for what he has done, you may leave him to me now.
Give me a persuasion check.
Give
With
good-
advantage.
enough.
It's gonna have to be with advantage because of the position on that one. Yeah. The officer looks extremely worried. Strict instructions to make sure that he gets the quotas. But this is a Sith Lord speaking to him, so he's like, yes, sir. And the so he's sort of shackled to to the security team. They undo their shackles, they bounce to him, and they march off an order, jump back on the ship, and fuck off. You're there with a Sergeant Dessel. He's looking at you with murderous eyes.
I'm just gonna come in a bit close to him and just say, so tell me the true reason for why you have been brought here. For this may save your life.
Okay. I'm gonna need another persuasion check. This won't be an advantage.
On. Yes!
So he looks at you in a bit and his gaze softens. It was a suicide mission. My officer didn't have the balls to question the orders. We still got the job done. I just weren't ready to sacrifice my men for no reason.
What was the mission exactly?
We're to take out the airships, ready for the main Sith army to arrive at Fazira. They said the orders to go during the day, but we would have been seen, would have been lit up, and a lot of good people would have died.
So I'm also simultaneously relaying this to all the other guys. So I'll just ask.
So
does those names ring a bell?
Yeah. Hang on. So I knocked my officer out, tied him up, took my men later that night, so we had the cover of darkness, and we took down those airships. We completed the mission, and I saved a lot of lives. The officer was a fucking worm. Well, I could tell you right now, he's going to take a stray bullet in the back in the next engagement. I suppose there is something from it.
Yeah, so I'm just relaying this to all of you guys, and while this I'm just asking, does the names and locations ring a bell in any of your heads? Please relay it to me.
Fazira. Battle of Fazira. Give me lore checks. I don't think there's going to be much for this. Lore check. No, it's pointless doing lore checks. I mean, you pretty much have every bit of information that would possibly be known about this. It is basically as he's described. The general overall vibe is that it was a important strategic point for Zira, so the Sith were looking to take it, and there was a mission to sort of take out airships to allow the main cavalry to arrive. They needed those airships gone by the time cavalry got there, so they had to take control of that outpost, and everything fucking went well. Nothing else mentioned. Bizarrely, no mention in about this sort of trial and stuff. No mention about trials or treason and things like that in any records that you've read on this. But then again, you are talking about stuff that would have been 1,000 years ago, or in the case of Fractal, 500 years in the future. So you definitely would have heard fuck all.
But that's the only person transported here by this ship.
He is the only person they've dropped off. Everybody else has returned to the ship and left.
That can't be Bane, because Bane was said that there was coming from nowhere, no previous training or anything.
That could just mean no
Right.
previous.
He's a Sith sergeant, as in the Sith army, not a Sith Lord force user. A sergeant in the army. He's a military sergeant.
Okay, I understand. Okay, sorry.
There you go. Yeah, Sith, as we know it from other movies, refers to only like the Force users, the Master and Apprentice. But the Sith were a huge organization that had more than just. It's kind of like Sith was you had the Sith Empire, and the Sith Force users in the same way that you had like the Republic and the Jedi. It's just don't get confused Sith Empire with Sith.
Got it. So Sith is the name of the Empire here. Okay.
He's an Imperial Sergeant. Imperial Sergeant, Imperial. Imperial Sergeant.
Got it, guys.
Do you know someone with the name of Giffen?
No. Should I? What's this about? I've never heard of any trials in Korriban. What am I doing here?
I'm just like pleading for any kind of information because from the guys, like anything that rings a bell in any of your heads, please just tell it to me right now. Because this is not a situation we can keep on extending any further.
Well,
We just have a prisoner with us.
well, that it was ordered by High Master, like Lord Kazim, and he's pretty high up there in terms of command. So
He's
him wanting a random sergeant is quite strange for some reason.
Kazim is
Especially one that would
the
normally-
Academy's Blade Master.
Oh,
Put up there, like in terms of like the command, in terms of like
the
the academy. So it's
question. Never mind.
Yeah, then I'll just like hold him and just like take him towards the court.
Okay. You take him to the Academy, yeah?
Yeah.
Um,
Do I
the
see
guys,
another ship landing while all this is happening?
it's just, you've been there a while. This is like coming towards the end of the day now. So the shipments are starting to slow down a bit. So the only thing that wasn't just materials was this dude.
Okay.
Ah, random itchy nostril.
now the feeling.
So movement. So you go on there. The guys will be able to relay you how to find names. Cordis. So they'll be able to relay where to find Cordis. So as you head into the academy, you follow down the steps as guided through the tether, and you find the door to Cordis's chamber. Knock. What are you doing? Knocking? Walking in? What's the game plan?
I'm knocking.
Okay. Dun dun. Come in.
I enter in with the prisoner.
Mm-hmm. So you see the sort of back. Yeah, he's got the back to you. Let's see.
Turns around, he's stroking a cat. So no.
As he steps up and turns around, you see this 6 foot, almost like 2 meter tall, gaunt human. He's even taller than Bane. Bane's a tall boy as well. He's big, really strong. Yes. I was expecting an imperial escort. No matter. Thank you. Who are you? I don't recognize you.
My name is Darth Zorost, and I'm a Sith Lord who saw something in this prisoner.
You are
Due to
who?
which-
Sorry?
Darth Zorost.
Darth.
No.
Yeah, that name is not used amongst the Sith. Not since Dark Lord Khan.
I forgot.
I forgot.
Yeah, low checks all round. Those of you that just see how much your characters kind of know this. Not a fucking clue.
Wow.
You're like, I don't know, cis shit, no.
Everybody okay?
I'm like, I'm stupid. Even I know that's not what we do.
Oh.
Okay.
They forget.
So as you introduce yourself as Darth Zoros, he looks to you, and he goes, "What did you call yourself?" I'm gonna let you sort of like rip back and see if you can bullshit your way out of this one.
Oh no.
Should be fun.
This is not good.
Before you do that, I'll let you have a little bit of a think. Should we do a quick 5-minute break? Give Fractal a moment to see how he can bullshit his way out of this one.
Wow.
So, like, we hear him say it. Esther's just like, huh, that seems cool. And the rest of us are like, no!
Fuck yeah.
Damn.
Let's see
I
how fucked
totally
up we will
forgot
be.
I totally fucking forgot about it.
Oh god.
This is fine.
It's just like, guys, what are you making such a big deal out of?
Yeah. Basically.
God.
I just got an idea.
Kill everyone.
What if I say I meant to say Zoros of Dathomir, but it came out as Darth Zorost?
Zoros
that
of
means-
Darth-
People don't make typos in speech.
I
You
could
don't
say
say-
that. It was a slip of tongue. Yeah,
I'm
it
very
is-
nervous, sir.
I forgot my own name is not gonna stand up.
But Dathomir
Sorry,
is a
sir, I
planet.
forgot my
whereas
name.
It's originate. Yeah. Dathomir is a very Sith-heavy planet, so I could bullshit my way into that. I
Very
meant to say
common
that-
name, sir. Sometimes I get confused with other people.
Ah, yes.
A more likely scenario would be to say that it was a slip of tongue and your full name is actually not Darth, but something like
Yeah,
Darth
yeah.
Zoros,
Yeah.
but not
Yeah.
full on Dathomir. That's way too far off.
Yep.
Zoros.
It's just essentially
No, you could
your
say,
idea is
no,
basically better than mine. Essentially the same idea, but better.
just say no. Just say Darth Zoro. Just say Darth Zoros is your first name, and then add like a bullshit last name. No, it's not a title. It's my name.
This bit, you're probably better just committing to it.
I just add an
There-
O in between and just say my true name is Datho Zorost.
Darth Zaros. That sounds a lot like the title Darth. Maybe that's why maybe that's why I became a Sith.
All right, so we've got a bit of a predicament that we've got to try and worm our way out of. Let's just say, have you thought of an excuse? So there's two ways we can do this. You can either feed your bullshit now, and then I'll adjust the DC accordingly to how reasonable it sounds. Or if you're not confident in it, you can pre-roll. And then if you happen to roll pretty decent, I can perhaps put some words in your mouth. And we can get out that way. So
I
we're
would
going on a
say-
fixed DC, or we can have a variable DC depending on how reasonable.
Yeah. So I would say when he looks at me in an inquisitive sort of way, I just say,
Oh, so you're going for the variable.
yeah.
Okay.
I would say, If you went to the conclusion that I refer to myself as Darth, you may be mistaken, because my true name is Dato Zorost. It is simply a part of my name which I got out of air to spell in a single word.
That's okay. A name that's quite similar sounding to Darth.
Maybe that's why I
Yeah, and
joined
you said, and you just go when you say Darth Zoros, you go say, what did you say? Darth Zoros. Okay, yeah. All right. Give me a deception check.
Please.
Come on. Yeah. Oh!
And he goes, and he just shakes it off. It must maybe. He said, maybe I know some of the new. Funny, I've not heard your name before, but then there have been a lot. There have been a lot of. No, wait, I've got a different voice. I remember, I'm doing chorus. There have been a lot of Sith joining the Brotherhood. Near enough unified at this point. Maybe you just haven't had a chance to make a name for yourself.
Yeah.
Still,
What service may I provide to you in this time of need?
thank you for delivering the package. You may leave.
Okay, I'm gonna
that
leave
was
because
close.
I don't want to risk anything else here.
Yeah. Doors close behind you. He just sort of like, as you sort of step out, he holds out his hand and the doors. You feel a sort of like a surge of the force as the door closes. Do you have a glass on you?
Yeah, I have here.
I'm just asking you whether or not that you're going to be listening in on the conversation.
Yeah, of course I'll try to listen.
Okay. Give me a perception check. If you have anything with hearing, with advantage on hearing, you'll have advantage. Just as a reminder, there are some species that have that.
Bunny ears.
Actually, I think Matt's character might have that advantage when it comes to perception checks using sound, involving sound. But I don't think Zabrak. You're a Zabrak, aren't you?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, you don't have that. So give me a perception check.
I have some abilities, but I don't have super hearing.
Oh.
You can just barely hear the voice. The voice is just maybe. Fuck all.
Just there.
Not a single consonant can be discerned.
He tries.
Then use the force.
Do you have anything that can help you with that as far as force powers?
Yeah, I'm seeing through it. Yeah.
Okay, I'm properly back.
Nope. I can speak, but I can't listen.
Okay. Well, Bane's
that's rough.
sort of Dessel is going to be in there a while. So because of the situation that Esther's put it in, effectively you guys have got 12 hours in each of the respective time zones. Bear that in mind.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we're going to be a bunny down. Unless Esther can get like fucking off planet.
Or you can use another charge of jumping forward.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, I would like to stealth out of the cave and head towards the Jedi army.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Armor.
Once I'm out of, going around a few corners away from the Sith, I will get naked and proceed.
Wait, are
need
you
the
gonna-
uniform
after you go
anymore?
to Rabbit?
Yeah, suppose, we're just working it up, yeah? You have got a fur coat. Why not?
Yes, I have technically the same ability that Wookiees have. I have hide,
Yep.
as in
Yep.
skin, not as in self.
Yeah.
Automatic censorship.
Yep.
Automatic censorship.
You're never truly naked, unless you get shaved. But
That's
onwards. All right, you're heading towards the Jedi. I can't see any reason why you wouldn't be able to give them the slip, but just to see if you do get spotted, give me a stealth check with advantage. I mean, you've got plenty of opportunity to give them a slip. Oh,
I am a
fucking
shadow.
God, just no problem whatsoever. There's a certain point you think maybe they can spot me as you sort of turn a corner, you manage to just break, and that's when you slip into the shadows and you start dun 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 dun, dun copyright strike. But out the fuck out of the cave. And heading towards the Jedi.
Yeah.
They're currently picking the battlefield.
Okay. And now
Wait.
I am a terrified bunny rabbit who saw the mean Sith run into the cave over there. Please, Master Jedi, save me!
Look at that.
Oh my god.
This is an action on your turn. You can cower pathetically. Oh, don't read that now. Cower pathetically until the end of your next turn. Your allies gain advantage on attack rolls and stuff. Okay, it's just that using it flavor wise. But I would absolutely would like a bullshit roll from you, and I'll give you advantage because, well, you know,
Okay, if it's
for
deception,
for heaps of different reasons you'd have advantage.
I will once more use superiority dice for the deception.
Oh god.
Actual
34. And I'm going to give you something a little bit extra. I'm going to give you some incidental perks just for that amazing roll right there. The person you rock up to is you start groveling to one of the Jedi Masters. And they're like, oh, that's fine. It's okay. You're safe now. You're safe now. You see another as the Jedi sort of looking over the sort of wounded. There's a sort of like a very solemn look on a few of their faces. It just seems even the death of their adversaries doesn't kind of sit well with a lot of them, particularly although those are newly arrived, because they've just come from Coruscant going, we're passives, fuck it, let's fight. And now they're seeing death, some of them probably for the first time. There's one who is wearing the most immaculate robes you've ever seen in your life, of just various different gold threads and reds and whites and things like that. You know, his hair's all slick and but again with that very solemn look on his face as he's sort of walking. You see one of what appeared to be a corpse just grab his ankle, and this is a Twi'lek. Oh, doing a Scottish accent again, and he coughs. Valhalla, I believe. And he turns around and he recognizes him. You notice, Kopesh. That was quite a fight. Aye, it was. Father, don't let me die like this. Just bleeding out on the battlefield. Don't think there's much I can do for your wounds. I have some information. Something you need to know about. As he just wipes the blood from his mouth. But in return, I want a warrior's death. Can you grant me that? Yes. Yes, I will, Kopesh. Come closer. So, as he brings his head down, you hear Kopesh telling Valhalla about Khan's plans to use the thought bomb. They're hiding in the caves as sort of bait. They're waiting for the Army of Light to make this last charge to wipe them out, and that's when they're going to unleash the thought bomb. But what Khan doesn't know is that this thought bomb will also wipe out the Sith. But because all the Sith are in the caves, it's going to kill all of the Sith. And after he's finished, Valhalla helps Kopesh to his feet. Kopesh staggers up, stands tall. You can feel a little bit of a surge. You've felt these surges a few times. Like I said, everyone's force sensitive, even if you've not been trained in it. That's how, that's how rogues can kill people with toothpicks. So, it's true, you can. I'm going to throw it. Improvised weapon, you still get your sneak dice. High enough level, it's enough to kill a man.
Just throw like a thumbtack at someone's neck.
Yeah, just perfect spot. It's like amazing amount of force.
Arteries.
Yeah, somehow managed to kill him with the thumbtack. Anyway, so he stands him up. He staggers a little bit, and you feel that surge as he channels the force. Just one last surge of strength. Kopesh activates his lightsaber, and so does Forha. They charge into one in a single pass. It was only going to go one way, given Kopesh his wounded state. But Forha parries his blade and bisects him. Forha just collapses in two pieces, dies before his top half hits the ground.
Forha?
It wasn't Forha killed by...
Oh, sorry, Kopesh gets killed. Kopesh kills... Kopesh is killed by Forha.
wait,
Sorry, no, sorry, I got the names mixed up. Sorry, my bad. Yeah,
I understand.
Farfalla just stands looking quite sad about that. It seems that these two knew each other. No inside check required there. Kopesh, obviously ex-Jedi. After that, Farfalla has a sense of urgency as he ushers over to Hoth and suggests that we need to gather the masters because we have some urgent information that needs addressing, and that's where we'll leave that one. Right, the guys that are currently there in 1005 BBY in Korriban, who do we have left? Marlo, Alexander, and Kato. Are you guys doing anything while you're there?
Well, we already know Bane isn't here.
Yeah. Not much you can do while you're there at the moment. Yeah. So I suppose it's just discussion with the rest of the party. That's one of the other things of having the tethers you guys can discuss. So even if you can't interact with your character, physically you can still be involved. You're still part of the discussion.
Oh, yeah. Marlo has a new idea on how to solve the issue. What if I kill Forha right here in a practice match and then Bane can't kill him?
A bold strategy.
I feel like the only reason they let Bane slide was the fact that the Bane thing slide was because they really, really liked him.
So I should get liked and then kill Forha, is what you're saying.
Oh, because the problem with that is if you become too renowned, then they will keep even more records of you, and if you kill someone even more, and especially you don't get in with the masters to the level that Bane was, then they'll most likely just arrest you or punish you.
There's also speculation of whether or not the death of Forha was actually that important to the birth of the Rule of Two, or whether or not something else would have happened anyway. It's what I'm trying to say is be careful with speculation. Just because it feels significant, it doesn't mean that it is. And just because two dots seem to fit together, it doesn't necessarily mean they do.
We are time traveling. We only have speculation.
But there's
with time traveling,
there is ways of testing that. It is by ways of testing that. By all means, you can kill Forha and see if that changes anything. I mean, that's the thing when you test an hypothesis, right?
Ultimately, I think that the thing that yeah, he beat Sirak. He beat Fulhar and killed him. Don't know anything else on what the biggest problem is. We don't know why he would betray them, because that part we still haven't figured out yet.
Otherwise, we are just wasting time in this time zone.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. It's that you've got 2 more jumps. Ideally, you want to keep 1 jump back, don't you? Because it's like that point. It's like, right, this is a snapping point.
So in case Esther can't get out in time, then we want to have them be able to jump forward so they don't get caught and killed in the thought bomb.
Well, at the moment, it's Esther's with the Jedi. So, I mean, there may be more development and information there anyway.
So could you try and
might have a
find
particular
out-
range. Might have a particular range in it. The fact that they, that she's well out of the caves, that might be sufficient enough.
Could Esther try to find out if the Jedi know about Bane, and if so, how much? That could be also useful.
Try that, yes.
Well, this is the
That's an
thing.
option.
I've been told that Bane's theoretically betrayed the Sith, so I assume he might be with the Jedi.
That's why I'm saying to try to find out what's up.
But yeah,
Maybe in that leave of absence, he had an interaction with the Jedi.
You guys already have a clue. It's just 2 pieces. They're not quite put together.
I have an idea of what might be happening, but I'm not 100% sure.
Let's have another. Just to sort of help with the sort of, at least guide the speculation, at least in some kind of a direction here with this. So 2 clues that you have here. First of all, what is significant with the name Darth Bane?
Wait, you're not allowed to use that in Coruscant. Bomb, sorry.
Oh shit! Yeah, people didn't use the name Darth.
Darth.
But
Yeah.
I don't know if that's relevant. Yeah.
There you go.
I can be smart sometimes. A few things.
Yeah. He was called Darth Bane.
Yeah, I thought that was just a name given afterwards. Because we never heard anyone here in this Esther's time refer to them as Darth.
No.
Right?
It wasn't. He'd be known as Dark Lord Bane there, but he had the name Darth. So Darth was a long forgotten title. It got removed by Khan, some sort of it's like 70, 80 years ago. Yes, apparently he is that old. Force says it was weird. It's like a Junta Paul's reign went on for like 100 fucking years.
However, someone who knew about the title of Darth is Kazim. Or is that general knowledge that the title existed?
It's general knowledge, because...
Well, for our time, but for this time as well?
That's a point, actually, because Kato, you're from the 1000 BBY, aren't you?
From this era, yeah.
Okay, so yeah, you would know that you would know that as much as that is that that they stopped using the name Darth because Darth actually has a meaning to it. It implies dominance. It implies superiority. It's like king or emperor, right?
Oh, okay. So, yeah.
So yeah, so the reason why Khan abandoned it was because he didn't want anyone having superiority over anyone else. He wanted them all to be equal to try to stop the infighting.
Sees the means of the dark side of the Force. Will be equal.
Has anybody spent any time in the Jedi archives around about closer to the sort of where the movies are sort of set, the Clone Wars, that sort of thing?
Marlo probably didn't spend that much time, but a little maybe.
Okay. You can give me a lore check on this.
Can I do as well? I mean, if we are like about the same time.
If you would have spent any time in the Jedi archives, yes.
Yeah.
Still have. Oh yeah. What about the my holocron? What about that? I still have it on me, but I haven't been. I don't want to use it, should I? Because that's.
Question.
I pull that out in anywhere here, then there's a chance somebody walks in and then sees that, and they're like, what the fuck?
What in a Sith? In the Sith archives, you've got a Sith holocron that is going to be basically you're looking at a book in a library.
Oh, okay, that's not too bad then.
Music stopped again.
Oh, for God's sake!
Oh yeah. That's just Sakari would know because he's around this time as well. Yeah, and holocrons are from before, so you wouldn't know anything about it. Yeah. Can't do that.
Why have I got to keep fucking getting the link? Stop deleting the messages.
All of the holocrons that we have here, like the aren't caught up to like Bane's time yet, so there's no point in asking them because they don't know anything.
Your master, probably not, because he's long forgotten, so it could be very like over 100 years ago since he was there. He might be able to tell you more about the Darth title.
Although he probably wouldn't know why they banned it, he'd like just know what it means. But...
Yeah, they would know what it'll tell you about the Darth title. There's a long sort of history with it, that it has indeed, you know, it's a title per se. Maybe roll a history check for it. Let's have a look. Give me a history check for your boy. So, just roll me a d20.
A d20 for me?
Yep.
Alright, d20. Dodecahedron. 15.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So Darth is a Sith title born by the Sith Lords who harness the dark side of us through the galaxy-wide conflict with the elite affiliated Jedi Knights. But it's basically, it goes all the way back to Ajunta Paul. So the name, I believe, the encounter. I don't care about that. Wait. No. Legends. Fuck that Disney shit. Preceded either they chosen Sith name or yes. View any origins. It's already suggested that Darth is actually corruption of the Rakata. Doritha. Meaning Emperor. Okay. Would he know? No, you wouldn't get. I mean, even with a high level. So let's just say that you're. We're gonna go with like your Sith, just for the sake of fuck it, right? We're gonna say that your Sith master has proficiency in lore, right? So you're gonna have a nice high proficiency in that one. He's gonna be, you know, probably like, sub level 17, but certainly like above level 11. So maybe like a +5 modifier, along with say 2 intelligence giving 7. So that's a 20. So let's just say he does know. So the history of the name goes back at least as far as the old Sith Empire. The Sith is actually a name of the race which sort of preceded the Sith. Have you ever heard the term of Sith pureblood? Well, purebloods are not actually pureblood. It was what Darth Sin. I'm trying to think of her first name now, but Darth Sin, one of Ajunta Paul's followers, who was a bit of a savant with Sith alchemy, enabled the Sith race, which Ajunta Paul, those exiles, so they were exiled from the Jedi Academy of the use of Force alchemy. They were sent out to the sort of, the unknown sort of regions, and they discovered what was believed to be a long extinct species called Sith. Through Sith alchemy, they were able to have human-Sith hybrid offspring, which then took the term Sith pureblood. Back in the old Empire, there was only 2 species. They were extremely sort of speciesist, the old Sith Empire. They still kind of are, even now, even in like around the Battle of Yavin as well, they get a bit funny. As you know, Vic, from reading the sort of Thrawn novels, they refer to them as aliens, anyone that's not human. But back in the day, it used to be human and pureblood Sith were the only 2 races that were considered, viable. Everybody else was considered like a second-class citizen. So the name is Sith, but it goes back at least as far as then. But it is believed to go back as far as the Rakatan Empire, the Infinite Empire. So that's 25 to 30,000 years BBY.
Daffy?
Yes?
If it's not to interrupt, how long is the session gonna go?
Oh god, we have been rolling on a little bit long. Okay, we could dip at you.
Yeah, because it's getting a bit late and
Yeah,
I
I normally
have
go on
classes.
for 3 hours, but it was sort of like I was looking for. But we've got some breakthroughs in this one. So we're occupying 3 time zones now. We know a little bit more about Bane. We know where he came from before he joined Korriban. Know a little bit about what he was.
Sergeant.
He was a sergeant in the Sith army. But you could trace that back a little bit further even.
If we know that he was a sergeant, then he must... We could try and look and see how long it takes to become a Sith sergeant and then estimate a guess from there. But even then, he's like meant to be really talented, so it'd probably be faster than what it was.
It's also it's going to be much, much easier to find that you know who he was before.
We know his actual name now instead of just Bane, so...
Yeah, but you just...
That makes that so much easier.
Yeah, you could just check like fucking Sith records and stuff. They're gonna have stuff on like on that sergeant to tell you where he came from there. You may not even have to travel. See? Now you got more information, it becomes easier to find more information. It's unraveling. Keep pulling on the thread. Recon. Right then, let's see what we're gonna raid. Let's see. Stick around for has the music kicked off again? Good lord. Who's planning? There's only one person planning then. Yeah, we could go with Mandari. Yeah, let's go hit this person again. I'm pretty sure we've raided this individual prior. Raid. Make sure you're present in the chat for the raid so you get your 250 points to fuck with me on Saturdays.
Yeah, Mandari we've raided several times.
Oh, which reminds me I should be in here. Let's go. Come on. Get myself in there. Just keep clocking up, see if I can get to 100,000 points. Raid begins. There we go. We're raiding.
Boys. Alright.
Distinct colors. Tabletop Arcade, thank you so much for the raid. Hello. Hi there, Weasel. Hi there, Victoral. Hi there, Fractal Chaos.
Alright,
Wait,
so
welcome on in, friends. How was your
how
stream? How did
much,
it go?
points
Hi,
do we
Raiders.
get?
I'm Indari. You can also call me Faye. That's my real boy name. I'm a D&D streamer. I do a lot of world building and homebrew writing for 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons. I also do a lot of mechanic design and generally just kind of hang out and have a good time. We are talking about some cultures in my setting. Trying to figure out some, like, dragon lore thing. Hi there, Taffy. How are you?
There we go. Let's get that.
Is a paracord beads using for ally. Okay, so it kind of looks like...
Okay, she's into what she's doing. Awesome. There you go. Yeah, sorry. Somebody wanted to ask me, say something to me. I heard my name mentioned.
How much points do we get?
Oh, right. Yes. We're still in rumor. Mainly, we're not doing any sort of further exposure beyond, what's a Korriban. Yeah, we've not left. You've not left any mysteries behind yet. We
Being good students. It's fine.
Yeah, we did have...
but not too good, though. Too good.
No.